Hello and welcome to MGP201. I'm Kev, and with me as ever is Sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
I've never podcasted from here before. I'm sat in the garage all by myself. It's weird.
Be quiet though. You get very loud.
You've podcasted from there before. We podcasted several hundred episodes of other shows in
Not
there.
in the garage. We did it in the utility room. I'm actually full on in the garage. I'm in my YouTube recording studio.
We've done them in the garage. The first 50 episodes are in the garage.
That is
Are they?
true. Yes.
I usually have a bald 7 idiot to bounce ideas. I'm going to turn the camera on. I don't care. It's going on. I need to be able to look at myself. I need to be able to address somebody when I'm speaking.
Why
There
didn't
you
you
go.
just put on the camera on Skype?
No, I've got the video camera on now. So there you go. Oh, I'm handsome. I'm wearing 2 coats because it's so cold out here. Can you believe it? We're back for the first time in 3 weeks, by the way, everybody. I'm sure you've missed us desperately. That was the opportunity for them to say how much they've missed us.
Yeah.
We're coming in with a whole new style of show as well. We've done our first 200 shows. We're relaunching, rebranding. I keep lifting my head up to make sure my full face is in view of the camera. I need to turn that off again because that's just distracting. We're trying something a little bit different. We've done 200 episodes of old style Mature Gamer Podcast. Mature Gamer Podcast is no more. We're just MGP now because we're going to talk about stuff other than games and podcasts and maturity. So we're going to be looking at. We're still going to look at games. Don't worry. If you didn't turn off when I said that before, don't worry. Games are still involved. But we're also going to be looking at movies, TVs, comic books, anything geeky we can think of. And more importantly than all of that, we're going to be back with weekly podcasts again. Your Saturday mornings are now complete. And also, if you don't want podcasty type stuff, the 4 different sections of the show are all going to be available on YouTube as well. How exciting is all that? Are you excited, everybody?
Pretty good. Yeah. Until you get bored of putting it on YouTube, I imagine.
Well, it's easy. It's just all part of the same job. See, this is my tactic, and I'll let the listeners in on the idea behind putting them on YouTube, because in the past we've tried drifting other stuff into the show in the past, and then stopped when 3 or 4 people have said, "Oh, don't talk about movies," and then we realised, well, hang on, that's only 3 or 4 people. So by doing it this way, by separating the 4 separate elements off and releasing them separately as well as on the podcast, we can keep an eye on who's interested in what. And if we have loads more views on one section or no views at all on one of the other sections, we know actually people really aren't interested in movies. We won't bother talking about that anymore. So it's market research via stealth. That's the theory. So even if you listen on iTunes or Stitcher as normal, if you want to make your voice heard and make a vote, go on to YouTube and watch and like the 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever it is sections that you want us to keep doing, and completely ignore the ones that you don't like. And after 3 or 4 weeks, we'll have a review. And if there's some that we need to drop, we'll drop them. It's a democracy round here these days. See, I've put, well, to a point. It's a democracy between me and the listeners.
We didn't vote on that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm letting the listeners into a democracy. We're establishing a hierarchy, and for once, they're going to be quite high up it, it's going to be a novelty. We'll see how long that bit lasts. We also have exciting news that we're going to throw out there right at the start of the show. MGPX is back for 2016. You need to write this date down now. I know you're probably on your phone or whatever you're on at the moment. Open up your calendar. Saturday the 30th of July is the date that you want to save. See, the police are excited about it. They're sticking it in on the 30th of July straight away as well. But it's 30th of July, and it's going to be different and bigger and better and more awesome than before. Are we allowed to mention the venue yet, or is that still under wraps?
You might as well. We don't know if we've got it for certain yet, but we know it's not going to be in Peterborough.
Yeah, we're taking MGPX on the road. We're going to Nottingham, and we're going to hopefully, fingers crossed, be holding the event at the National Videogame Arcade in Nottingham. So I'm sure you'll all agree that's us taking things up a notch. That's 3 floors of awesome. And yeah, it's just going to be really, really cool. So we've not got tickets available yet because we want to confirm that we've got the event first. We're also thinking we might do the ticketing slightly different this year, and we're thinking of exploring Kickstarter as a way to get the event up and running, get the tickets sold, mainly because actually holding a proper event at a proper venue is going to cost us more than the back room of a pub in our hometown. So we need to make sure that there is enough interest in justifying going to Nottingham and paying to book out a 3-story major national attraction on a weekend day in the summer holidays. But assuming we can get all that sorted, it's going to be awesome. I'm very excited. Oh, is that somebody typing it and putting it into their calendar? I assume that's what's happening. So yeah, Nottingham. Who'd have thought? While we're on the subject of expos as well, expo season. Who is typing so furiously?
It's not me, so I'm guessing it's Anna.
It's not me. I'm on an iPad.
Expo season is approaching, so we've got, what have we got on the horizon? We've got Gadget Show Live, we've got Rezzed, we've got Eurogamer Expo, we've got Play Expo. So we need to start, firstly, letting you know we're obviously going to be at these things, and it would be nice to hook up with some people and do some fun, exciting things while we're there. Pab, have you decided whether or not you're coming to Rezzed yet? I'm putting you on the spot.
More
on
than
the
likely.
show.
Yeah, literally, just throw me in. There's a good chance of it. Let's put it that way.
Hey.
There is a good chance.
Me and Anna have decided we're going down for the Friday and the Saturday.
Yeah.
So that means we'll have... there's almost certainly going to be a Bodines involved in that Saturday night. So whether you're going to Rezzed or not, if you're in the Greater London area on this Friday night of Rezzed, and I can't remember the date, it's early April, then let us know on Twitter or Facebook, MG UK Podcast or Mature Gamer Podcast on Facebook. Let us know that you want to get involved in a meetup, because we haven't had a proper Bodines meetup for nearly 2 years now, and I need buffalo wings in my life. Buffalo wings. And then we also need to start putting some plans together for what we're going to be doing about EGX, because we are there for the full weekend as normal, and we want to do something fun. So lots of exciting stuff. Let us know in Twitter what you want to get involved in. And if you've got any suggestions for how we can run all that stuff, then suggest away. Where's my bottle of water? I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking. Are you lot still there?
Yeah, we're listening.
Yeah, we're here.
You're on the edge of your seat, are you? I sent you all this in the format of an email. You know all this. You don't have to listen. It's everyone else who has to listen. Are we ready to announce the winner of the best game of the MGP era vote from the last episode?
Yeah, that went surprisingly how I expected it to.
Were any of the games you suggested in the top 3?
Mass Effect was there.
Oh, was it? Okay, I'll let you off then. Pab, did you call the entire top 3? You probably did, didn't you?
No.
Oh, good. So, the top 3 that we had a tie in third place, and it was a tie between Journey and Grand Theft Auto 5. Second place was Mass Effect 3, and then, rather predictably, first place was The Last of Us. I didn't vote for any of them in the poll. I voted for The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't get anywhere near.
I think The Walking Dead had 1 vote.
Really?
Yeah. So
I voted Mass Effect. So yeah.
I'm not entirely sure whether to apply Kev rules to this and just announce The Walking Dead the winner anyway, because that's the way these things usually work.
If you do that, I'm going.
Who did you? I don't think you even voted, did you?
No, I'm still going. I can't be doing with your rules all the time.
Are you doing a fry up at the moment, Anna? Because it sounds like you're doing a fry up.
No.
Me and Anna are recording in different rooms in an effort to improve the sound quality. So,
so to make up for it, Anna's cracked an egg.
I'm not doing anything.
All I know is I'm in the garage. I don't know what room she's in.
I'm pretty sure I heard her type, what is the recipe to an omelette? How do I make an omelette?
No, actually, I was looking at the Division and I was trying to compare prices, but I found the cheapest one, but it's not with the DLC.
I thought you'd already pre-ordered it.
It is pre-ordered, but I was checking other places.
How much was it, Anna?
I got it for $39.98.
What is that on? Is that PlayStation?
On Amazon, on PlayStation. But then I went on to Game, and they have the DLC, but it's like $47. I'll stick with my $39.
Yep.
I'm no longer purchasing games for the PlayStation. I'm at war with Sony.
Why are you at war with Sony?
Because I turned auto-renew off on my PlayStation, and apparently during one of their updates, it has turned it back on, and they've taken £40 off me. And when I casually said, you took some money out of my account today, I'd kind of like it back because I didn't auto-renew and I'm not interested in PS Plus and don't really use it, they were like, well, tough.
They didn't actually say tough, did they?
Well, they said, check our terms and conditions. And then I replied, I don't care. I want my money back. And they were like, Yeah, see, our terms and conditions say if you auto renew, we keep the money. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't actually ask you to auto renew. I turned it off, and we went back and forth. And then I rang them, and they said to me, their answer when I rang them was, well, go to the bank and they'll refund you. And I said, but I hear if I go to the bank and ask for a refund, they will. Who's that? Anna?
I'm just
I think
sat
someone's
here,
raking
not
their
me.
driveway.
It's not
so
me.
still.
No,
Right.
someone's. You're...
She said to me, go on your bank and get them to refund you, and they'll sort you out. And I said, but I've been told that if I get the bank to refund me, you'll delete my PSN account. And she was like, oh, we won't delete it. We'll freeze it until you pay the £40. I said, but so that what will not only stop me on PS Plus, but that'll stop me going on PSN, where I have a load of games that I own. And she was like, yeah, but once you pay the 40 quid, you'll get them all back. And I was like, yeah, but I can't use my PlayStation then, except for the games that I have on disc. And she was like, well, you should have thought of that before you auto-renewed. And I was just like...
They did that to me about a year and a half ago, and now I won't even put, like, they don't have my credit card or my PayPal. If I want to buy something, I buy store credit from an online place and then put that in, then buy what I want, because I know what they're like.
So
they're
did this woman have any suggestions for what to do to stop it happening again next year?
Well, she said, I've deleted your bank details from your account and deleted... And I thought, well, that's useful. You can't refund me now, you silly woman. And she turned the auto-renew off, and I was like, well, that's all good now, but when it updates again, you'll turn it back on.
Just don't have a credit card on there or PayPal.
Well, I don't now. She deleted it. But she said, I asked to speak to a manager, and they're ringing me back on Monday, which they won't. We all know how these things work. I'll have to ring back and explain it again. I'll have to lose my rag. But... oh, they're annoying, because that's not even my account they used. And I know we discussed this on Twitter, actually. I remember now, because when I realised it wasn't my account, I thought, oh, well, why am I chasing it? But at the same time, I don't really want to cost my wife 40 quid for something I'm not going to use. It's really put me off the PlayStation in general now.
Well, you should sell it then.
Yeah.
Have you still got a Vita as well?
Yeah.
Ceremonially smash that on YouTube.
What I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to make sure that I cost Sony £40. I get £40 of value out of them by making them call me back and just generally wasting their time. I'm just going to keep wasting their time until they either pay me back.
You understand that wastes your time as well?
Yeah, but I've got nothing better to do with my time. That's why I record a podcast. My time is worth zero. Their time is actually costing them money. So I'm just going to keep going until I say to them, look, I've added up and you spent about 100 quid on these complaints.
Have you contacted Watchdog yet?
Not yet, because I wanted to give the manager a chance, but I'm going to do all that.
Excellent. So Sheepdog's now basically burnt any bridges that will ever allow us to get a review copy out of Sony for anything ever again.
Yeah, I'm on all-out war mode at the moment.
We didn't want any Sony games this year, did we?
You're not going to war with Microsoft, are you?
Yeah, I like Microsoft.
There you go.
I upset Microsoft years ago.
Oh, all right. So you've been blacklisted off them as well.
You broke their not a transfer embargo, that's the wrong word. Their review embargo, didn't you?
Yeah. That's how I roll. And if I didn't, anyway, I was just discussing my garden and the shed, and they got all hissy about it, and just unnecessary. Anyway, should we get on to our brand new games section that Anna won't let me call by the name I've put on the running order?
The one that says Pile of Shame?
Let's look at the pile of shame. So we have quite a lot of games to talk about in our pile of shame this week, because obviously we've not done a show for 3 weeks. So there's 8, 9, 10 games on there. So where do we start? Should we just run down the list in the order it is on this running order?
See what happens, eh?
Yeah, why not?
So, hands up, who's played Firewatch?
I don't know why I put my hand up.
Well,
I don't know why, but I did.
Anna, you've played it as well, haven't you?
I've not finished it.
You not finished it?
Oh,
No.
I had to play it all through in one sitting. I wasn't
I
even able
have
to stop.
children that come home and I have to take care of.
You're playing a game right now, are you
No,
not?
I'm not. I'm not allowed. You're not moaning at me.
Okay, but Firewatch. I mean, I would forget any other game that you've got on the go and finish this game off, because it was absolutely superb.
I got to the beeping, just where it beepings.
Okay,
That's all I'm going to say.
you're only
about halfway
45.
through.
I would say 45 minutes from the end, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't think
maybe.
I'm far.
Oh no, yeah. Hang on, yeah. I'm thinking of something. Yeah.
Yeah,
not a million mile away.
It's one of those games where it's quite difficult to discuss at all without throwing any spoilers out there, but which obviously we're not going to do. We're not monsters. But it was, I mean, I know I don't play a lot of games outside of Football Manager, but this really, really impressed me. I mean, it's maybe 4 or 5 hours long, do you reckon, Pab?
4 hours,
It
yeah.
took you forever
4 hours.
to play it.
That's because I was...
You're gonna love it. I know you are. You're like, oh, maybe.
That's because I had to wait until half term to be able to play it, and then I sat there, fired it up at about 7, 8 o'clock one night, and then played it right through until bedtime. Recorded the whole thing so that I could put it on YouTube, and then realised you'd already done it, Pab.
Yeah, I put you to the post.
Yeah, you monster. But it's I love a story-based game. It's like I described it to someone on Twitter as it's like Dear Esther, but there's stuff to do.
It's from Campo Santo, isn't it? And that studio is formed from former Telltale people, I think.
It's certainly got a Telltale feel to it.
There's 2 people that wrote parts of the first season of Walking Dead. And like I said, this is a game they've made with it, and I don't know what to say about it. It's just amazing.
You can definitely see the Telltale influence on it. It looks beautiful. The story is just ridiculously engaging. Yeah. And I don't know, for, what is it, 10, 15 quid? For me, this is what gaming should be about. I don't want these big 40, 50 pound games that you have to commit hours and hours and weeks of your life to. Take 15 quid off me, give me a fantastic evening's entertainment and a brilliant story, and I'll be a happy little camper. And this, I mean, it's just brilliant. We won't spoil the intro because the intro is it's innovation in gaming. It's something a little bit different. It sets the whole game up perfectly. It throws a little bit of emotion in. I don't know if the stuff that happens at the start, does that impact the rest of the game? I've only played it through once.
No, I don't necessarily think so. I think it's similar to Walking Dead. It will come to a head at a certain point. You will end up at the same ending, I think.
But it has that skill that the Walking Dead game had, where you feel like you're making decisions that are having a massive impact on what's going on. But I imagine it always has to turn out the same way. And at the end of that game, it was just
I'm exactly the same. I don't know how to put it, but you just like. It
somehow managed to be satisfying whilst not letting me do the thing I wanted to do. And just that in itself was, I know you've just taken a decision completely out of my hands game, but at the same time, I'm really satisfied with how you did it. And it was just really cleverly done. And anyone who's not played this yet, I mean, it's been flying high on the Steam charts for ages. I know is it on both the consoles as well?
It's on PS4, it's not on Xbox as of yet.
Okay, so if you've not stuck 15 quid on this yet, forget any other game you've got on the horizon. Go and spend your 15 quid on this because it is superb.
I'd agree with that.
Sheepdog, have you played it?
Nope.
Are you going
to? Sounds all right from what you've said, but you've not really painted a picture with words.
Did you play it on Steam?
Yes.
Yeah. No, did you finished it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Did you see the bit at the end of the camera?
Did I see the bit at the end of the? Is it after the credits? Or...
No. At the end of the game, basically, you have a camera. You can get.
Oh, what? And you see your photographs that you've taken.
Yes.
Yes, I saw that.
Did you see that you can on the PC version you can upload them to the website?
Not see that.
You can upload them to the website, and you can get them printed out, and they will send them to you.
Oh wow! I
told you this.
I don't remember.
I got mine this week.
What, you've actually got them sent to you?
Yeah.
Does it cost anything?
Yeah, it costs about $20.
You're a nutcase.
It's amazing.
What are you going to do with these photographs?
I'm going to frame them probably, but I don't know. I didn't even realise it though.
That makes me want to replay the game and be more careful about the photographs I'm taking.
I was too careful with using the camera. I was on that last section. I've got about 10 pictures because I went, oh no, I've not used all my pictures up. I better start taking some pictures.
I only took about 8 or 10 pictures probably throughout the whole game.
I got to about 15, I think, and that was with me taking 5 or 6 pictures on the last run. Because
I was the whole way through, I was thinking this might actually be needed for the story at some point. I don't want to fill it up. It's a disposable camera. I'm not going to be able to put more film in it. And then I just kind of forgot I had it. But yeah, when it shows you the pictures at the end, it was like, oh yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is really is cool. Like I say, I can't praise that game enough.
Any game that lets you throw a radio at some naked women in a lake, that's all you need from a video game.
You could do what you wanted with that as well, couldn't you? You could literally take it back to your hut if you wanted to.
My first and only instinct was, well, I'm next to a lake. The radio's going in the lake, everybody.
Yeah, I kept hold of it for a while and then just chucked it in the river. So,
well, there you go. It should have gone in the lake straight away.
Indeed.
But yeah, go buy this. It's awesome. Of course, if you don't buy that, you might want to buy the game that Anna has recently purchased, Far Cry Primal. Tell me why this is different from the previous 2 Far Cry games, Anna.
Because it's in the past.
How far in the past?
10,000 BC.
Seriously?
Mammoth times, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this game. That straight away has interested me a little bit.
Yeah, I thought it looked really good compared to the other ones.
I don't understand then. What's the premise? What are you doing?
You get you're hunting a mammoth at the start, and then you get separated, and then you're making a new clan, I think. See, the thing is with this game is there's no English.
What do you mean?
They don't talk
yeah.
English. Everything is
Speak
subtitled.
Caveman.
Yeah.
So how do you know what's going on?
You read the subtitles.
Oh, so there is subtitles.
Yeah, you have to read them. But you can turn them off, which I find really odd. Like, why would you turn them off? You have no idea.
If they're going to have subtitles in English, what's the point in not doing the acting in English?
I don't get it. But yeah, there is absolutely no English in this game except for the writing.
Are subtitles on by default?
I don't know. I always put subtitles.
Because I wonder if you're supposed to play it through without knowing what's going on, and the subtitles are there.
But that would be stupid.
That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, you wouldn't know what you were doing.
What are you doing? I still don't get what. Because is there guns in it?
No. 10,000 BC.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I've got my preconceived idea of what a Far Cry game is.
You have spears and bow and arrows.
Yeah, throw that out the window. Your preconceived ideas.
Well, why have they called it Far Cry?
Because it's
in the same engine.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Sandbox. And
It looks to me like the Far Cry 4 game, but without the guns, and you can have a pet, can't you? Is that right?
Yeah, you can. Oh, yes, you can.
Get saber-toothed tigers and all that sort of weird stuff.
I want to play this now.
So basically, you get separated. You're in this cave. You meet this woman, and she goes, "Oh, my tribe is all over. Can you tell them to come here?" And then you set up your own village, and you can upgrade their houses and stuff, and you get new people that teach you new stuff. And when you meet these people, they give you special, what's the word? Special, I can't think of a word.
Skills, abilities.
Skills. There we go. Abilities.
There we go.
And one of them is to tame pets, and you chuck bait at the predator you want, and as it's eating the bait, you tame it, and then that can be your sidekick, and you can send it into battle, or
we met, wasn't it, Kev?
It was.
And you can make it go and hunt an animal if you can't catch it, and you make your bow and arrows on the go. So you've got your bow, you just pick up supplies and you make them on the fly, and there's a lot of different kind of weapons, and it's very fun. I've been playing it for 2 days, and I really like it. I thought it's a Far Cry game. Here we go again, but I had nothing else to play.
So on that basis, why did you buy it?
Because there's nothing else for next week. So I bought it anyway, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really surprised. Even though there's no English and there's a lot of it's not a lot of reading, but it's enough. But it's not as big as Just Cause. The map is not that big at all. But there's mammoths that I've took down, and it's very much fun. I've seen it for £36. I bought it for 42. But today I've seen it for 30.
I might have to have a little go on this over the weekend, confiscate it from you, and
it's on the PlayStation.
Quality check it.
But you can have a go while I take Dave out. The first like you can get an hour on it. It's kind of cool.
I might even do a YouTube video on it. It sounds
Why
interesting. Ow! I've just got myself tangled in my headphones. Yeah, I might. There you go. Wait and see a YouTube video over the weekend because that sounds like a lot of fun.
I've already done one.
Oh, for goodness sake,
No,
man!
I haven't. I'm messing with you. I haven't.
Have you played it?
No, I have no intention of buying it until it's cheaper. Not finished. I've barely touched 4. So
I didn't play
that's
4 at
the
all,
same
and I wouldn't touch this at all if it was just another Far Cry game. But now you've sold it to me. I want to take down a mammoth. I want to ride a mammoth. Can you ride mammoths?
Yep, you can do that at some point.
Because
like the first animal you get is an owl. It's like
well, that's crap. I want a proper animal.
No, but listen,
I know it's good.
Like say you want to go over and take a camp over, you send it up and it can scout the area and tell you where all the bad guys are.
Okay.
You can have it peck someone's eyes out.
Oh yeah, you can. That's violent.
Can I get a mammoth to peck someone's eyes out?
You can ride it into battle and kill people with it.
Oh, I'm in. We might have to end the episode now. I'm just going to come in there and
but you have
play
to
that
tame
game.
it first, so you have to chuck bait at it. But I thought I'd get really annoyed with the controls, but the controls are pretty easy.
That's the one thing I watched you do. I watched you throwing meat at the floor, trying to get an animal to eat it, and I just thought you were being a mentalist, like when you play Assassin's Creed, and you just wander around a field trying to catch animals for an hour. I didn't realise that was the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's prehistoric zoo creator. I'm in.
There's no dinosaurs. It's just woolly mammoths and really odd-looking buffalo.
Are there any giraffes?
I've not seen giraffes, but why would you want giraffes when you've got mammoths?
Because giraffes are better than mammoths.
And the game disc, this is so funny. If you look at the game disc, it's a mammoth, and if you put your finger through the middle, it looks like his trunk. Because you've got like the mammoth's face, and then you put your finger through it, it's got a trunk.
I'll go and put my finger through that.
I just thought it was kind of like I get out, put my finger through it. Oh, it's a mammoth. Like, yeah. I do them things.
Okay. So the Division. Who's played the beta for the Division?
Yes, I did both times.
Yep.
Was it good? Because
Love it.
I didn't like the look of it and everything, and then I saw an advert for it yesterday and thought, oh, that actually does look good, and I've, turned it away by not doing the beta.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I'd
agree.
Yeah, I played it with friends, and I went into the dark zone, and that was mental, but it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, I was there like, oh my god, this is so scary. This is so scary. Because I'm not a person that plays, like, with other people, and it's very stressful. Because, like, you go around, you go into infected areas, and you pick up gear, and then you have to take it to a helicopter spot
Extraction zone, yeah.
And then you have to wait like a minute for it to come. And in that minute, people can come around and kill you and take your stuff and then put it on the extraction helicopter. It's all very stressing. It's all very tense, but it's very much fun.
I need one of you to sell it to me because I haven't enjoyed a shooting game for years now.
Right, you like Gears of War?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a cover-based shooter.
Do I get a chainsaw?
No.
It's a bit more Tom Clancy.
Yeah, that's my fear
but
with it. That's what's making me not interested.
Yeah, I've recently played a Tom Clancy game, like an actual proper one. I can't remember what it was called, but this is nothing like that. This is more.
No, it's this much.
You were playing Splinter Cell, weren't you? Which is that's
so.
Right at the other end of the spectrum. But I don't enjoy Ghost Recon. I don't enjoy Rainbow Six. I don't like any of those games.
But this isn't. You're a special agent with all these guns. This is you are part of an undercover team that goes into action when the time comes. So I've watched the Division Origins video the other day, which is about a half an hour thing, and it shows you how and why they are all. This is why you're a Division operative, I believe they're called. And it is really fun, and you've got to take the city back from a virus that happened, and you've got these people that are called the Flamers. They've got something to do with fire. I think. I'm not quite sure, but it's like because it was a beta.
Hey.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's being a flamer.
I don't know what that means.
Don't worry. It's best that you don't.
Oh no.
I don't know what you're doing.
That's
All right.
Is it the sort of game where you're going to have to commit loads and loads of time to it to actually get anything out of it?
No, because there's a whole single player to it.
Does it have levels? Do you have?
Yes.
See, straight away, not
It's
interested.
levels, loot,
So
drops, numbers.
if I decide to not play this until it's been out for a month, am I just going to get left behind?
Probably not.
Not in the single player stuff. You might get left behind in the dark zone stuff.
And then when I only play it for an hour a month for a few months,
I don't think it will. I think but I think that it's the zones are in levels.
because
Like, say you wanted to go down that street, a little thing will pop up saying for levels set 5 to 9. So you think, I won't go down there, but I'll go this way instead. And because the beta was only some stuff, not everything was open because there's crafting, there's this whole thing to sell.
that was the thing that spoilt Destiny for me. The fact that you had to level up, and because I didn't want to play it as much as everyone else, I just got left behind and was miles lower level than everyone else. And that's why Gears of War is such a special game, because you can play it once a year and it doesn't matter. You're on the same level as everyone else when you play it.
See, that'll make a difference.
Destiny.
That'll be different. That'll be basically, if you go into the dark zone and you go in there like level 1, you'll go into like a level 1 to 7 server in the dark zone.
So I won't be able to play with other people who are higher than that.
Exactly.
See, that's it's just not my game. Then.
So people, you need to be leveling up with your friends if you want to play with them.
Which I'm not going to be able to do, playing it once every couple of weeks, maybe. So,
But you can play the single.
You can play the single player stuff,
but I'm not interested in the single player. I want the multiplayer.
You can play with friends in PvE.
Play it more then.
But I don't want to play it more. I haven't got time to play 3-4 hours a night like people do with these games.
Yeah, but it comes out in like a week. You've got in 4
Does
weeks.
it?
It comes out on the 8th of March.
Oh, Lordy.
So it's not this Tuesday, it's the
Lordy.
Tuesday after. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And it just looks pretty and really nice. And I still like I said, because the things weren't open, I was picking up mobile phones and stuff, and I really want to listen to them and just read about this stuff, because it is really interesting. I want to know what the infection was, because it doesn't tell you anywhere. So
Influenza.
the flu.
I enjoyed the echoes in it. The echoes were quite cool.
Oh, did they actually play?
Yeah, the echoes. You know, the things that they sort of become like a 3D sort of like a.
Oh, is that what they were called?
That what they were, yeah, the echoes.
Oh, okay.
And they sort of they showed like an echo of what actually happened.
A bit like the Rapture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, in the spirit of trying to sell me on games that are already going to be in the house, I went halves on XCOM 2 with Anna and haven't played it yet. Why should I play it?
Do you like XCOM 1?
Yes, I loved it.
Play XCOM 2.
Is it different? Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. If it's the same, that's not enough for me to find time for it.
I played 1 for a little bit, and I was like, okay. I played 2, and I was like, okay. To me, it's the same game.
It's a story, though, isn't it? I mean, I'm not that far ahead of Kev, considering I've had it for 2 weeks now. My problem has been that I put it on the Mac because it says it can be played on the Mac, and it was incredibly difficult to play.
Don't put it on the Mac.
They have released a patch today. I'm sat there installing it on my PC, which is another thing I found, it failed so many times. It's such a big game. It's like 50 gig. And so I've been trying to install it on my PC for nigh on a fortnight now, however long it's been out for, and it just hasn't worked. And today I was 75% of the way through when I paused it to do this podcast. So I'm thinking if I get the other 25% done, that'll be a miracle. But from what I have played of it, it's just the story that makes it awesome. It's the fact that they actually assume you lost the first game, that you didn't succeed, and the aliens won. And it's all
but it's really hard. Like really, really hard. Like I put it on the easiest setting, and that's hard because you have like this big red thing that keeps updating, and if it gets to 10, something happens. And mine is just shooting up, and I haven't done half the things. It's like, go on, build this radio tower, go and help these people. And I'm like, well, I can't, because if I go over there and do that, that's going to go to 10, and I'm going to be really
I read some
Of
articles
the-
on this, and apparently when they first made it, all the devs and everyone that was testing it out was just like, yeah, it's good, but it's really easy. So they ranked up the difficulty.
It's
and then,
not.
Yeah, then someone said it was really hard, so they sort of lowered it a bit, added in the tiers and everything. But they've said that what is that noise?
Someone
Not a
shuffling
clue.
something. I wouldn't worry.
But they've said their logic is that most people who are playing this have played XCOM 1, and if you didn't complete XCOM 1, you probably wouldn't buy XCOM 2. So logically, you'd have got good at XCOM 1. Therefore, you know, it's not in the reality of the world. It's not going to have got easier to fight them. The aliens run the Earth now. You know, when they weren't even here, you couldn't. You know, it was hard enough to beat them, but you could do it. When they're there, it's supposed to be difficult because it's logical for the game. And I know most games shouldn't be logical, and they've got to think of the player and whatnot, but they said it's meant to be challenging. It's not about like figuring out the puzzle and doing the level. Some levels are just ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's not challenging. It's wiping me out, and then it's just like, well, I have to start again, and I don't want to start. I want to go and help these people and do this. I'm just going to mod it and be done with it, because there's mods out there that make that thing go, don't like load up as fast as it does, because it's just stupidly fast. I'm a new player to it. I'm going to mod it, and there we go. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, do it. It's your game. Make fun of it.
Well, officially, it's half their game.
Yeah, what you put on your side, which was the stupidest thing you've ever done in your whole entire life.
If that's the stupidest thing I've ever done, I've lived a fantastic
Well, no,
33 years.
because like you'd be in the house, you'd be playing Football Manager, which is on Steam.
That doesn't sound like me.
Which means you'll be on Steam, which means when I want to play one of your games, oh, well, look, I can't play it because you're playing your game.
I hardly ever play Football Manager.
You play it.
I thought of a
every
fun
single
rule
day.
earlier that we should set. If this is a new show and a new us, I thought of a fun rule where we each ban the other from talking about a specific game for the rest of time on this show.
What?
No.
Why?
So Kev can pick whatever game he wants for us, but we can pick Football Manager and ban him from ever talking about it on this show again.
I'll just edit it in afterwards. You're forgetting who puts the show together.
Stuart.
Yeah. Shut up. Stuart will edit it in afterwards. He loves it. He's a big Football Manager fan. While we're on the topic of Football Manager, if you haven't checked out my FA Cup final special yet, it was last Saturday. You got to go.
It was genius.
If you
It was.
see, even Anna and Sheepdog are saying
I
that.
won't watch it, but
If-
what he showed me, I was like, you're such a...
Even if you don't care about Football Manager, if you never watch any other episode I ever do, go and watch that one, because it took me about 8 hours to make, and it was just stupidly fun, and I just enjoyed it.
I was torn between you knobhead and like just shaking my head and thinking, what a good video.
That's the reaction I was going for.
Exactly. I thought exactly like when I was watching, I just thought, I know that's what he's going for. He wants people to think what a nutter, but it was good. It was very good. And a lot of people liked it. It's one of those moments where you thought, Jesus, a lot of people think he's good at this, you know. Yeah, you've got fans that are impressed. It's quite funny.
And I even wore a tie.
Yeah. You dress up quite a lot for those videos.
Well, it's just how I'm dressed when I'm around the house.
That's how
I don't
see
do
it.
it deliberately, but I do my videos usually when I get in from work, so I'm still wearing my work clothes.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Pab, what on earth is the Flame in the Flood?
It's a bit like Don't Starve.
Well, there you go. I'm sold.
Yeah, I didn't know whether you'd be sold on it just based on Don't Starve. It's a roguelike where you play a girl, I think it is, and you get a dog immediately, and basically what you've got to do is survive. You get like the 4 meters food, water, temperature, and sleep. I think, yeah, sounds about right. And you're in this. I think you're in this like this flooded area, and basically you start off and you start picking stuff up and what have you. Picking resources up, and you get on the riverboat. You just get a little raft, and you just go down this river, and then you get like certain. And this is where the roguelike bit comes in, because it literally you can go in different directions every time, and each time you go to like different locations as well. So there could be randomized locations as well, and the items that are at these certain locations are different as well. I find it much harder than Don't Starve. I've not played much of Don't Starve, but to me it came across easier than this.
How many pennies is it?
15
Tell him it in
quid.
pennies.
15 quid.
Okay.
15 quid. It's difficult. It's really hard. I mean, I made a video of it. It's on the YouTube channel. And I died. I thought I'll do about a half an hour video, and I died within 20 minutes. I was like, bugger. So I had to start again. And it's because like at night time, a wolf comes out and it just attacks you. And if you haven't got anything to defend yourself, you can't. You're pretty much dead. And it seems much more intricate to me. There's a lot more items that you need to build to make things. You need certain things to make rope. You then need rope and flint to make a spear or a stick or whatever it is, and you need certain things to do other things or what have you. But because only certain things are on certain islands, so to speak, because you're going down this river, you basically then got to go, okay, that's a church. Church will have such and such of items. The campsite will have such and such of items. This other campsite will have different items again. And there's also a chance that them items won't be on that island either. So it's a bit of there's real randomness. So you've got to keep moving as well. So you've got to get to. So I'll say I got to the church and I got right. I've picked all these items up. Can I stay here for the night, or have I got to move on? Okay, no, I can't stay here. Let's move on to the next one. What's this island? Oh, I've got this. Okay, we can craft this now. Can I stay here for the night? And it's constantly. You've got to constantly be moving as well, I feel. I don't even know if I've not played enough of it. I've only played like say about 45 minutes to an hour of it. I don't know if there's even a narrative to like the actual game. There probably is something really nice. I mean, it's a really pretty looking game. It's a nice looking game. But I really just do not know if there's anything other than it's just like how long can you survive sort of game. I do not know, but it's interesting.
I'm tempted.
Yeah.
I might have to watch your video. This one must have slipped under my radar. I usually watch your videos.
I don't know if it's up your street, because I saw it, started playing it. I thought this seems like Don't Starve, and I know you're not. You seem intrigued by Don't Starve, but
I enjoyed it. I play it a lot on my iPad.
Yeah,
right. I like Don't Starve, but I don't know. I can't sit at a computer and play it for hours. So
yeah.
I think stuff like this, it probably needs to be something I can play while I'm having a poo.
Yeah, I don't think it's on iPad yet. I mean, it seems like it could be on iPad. Whether it will be or not, I do not know.
Well, tell them to hurry up and make me an iPad version, and I will purchase it. I still have iTunes vouchers burning a hole in my app store. So, Flaming the Flood people, get in there. Sheepdog, why have you put Civilization 5 on this list? That game's many years old.
It is. I've been off work ill all week, and when XCOM wouldn't work, I've been playing Civilization 5. What I'm finding is I don't really know how to play it. I've played it for many, 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 many years and really like it. But right now I am China. It's 1994.
What, the wrestler?
It's 1994, and while the Western world, America and whatnot, are currently enjoying the hilarious comedy of Friends and other early 90s TV shows, I've only just invented infantry, and most of my and I'm sort of sat here. Russia keep going to war with me. I take 2 of their cities straight off them. Then they ask for a ceasefire.
I think you're going to lose this game.
Yeah, it's like I've got a lot of towns. Like I've got 1, 2. Hang on a minute. 3. 4.
You've only got 56 turns left, though. If it's 1994.
Exactly. It's only 500 turns to show.
It goes to 2050. That's when it ends, I think.
Yes, I've not got many goes left, but I don't see that anyone's actually winning. Who wins if it gets to that point?
I think it goes if no one's. There's 4 different ways to win, isn't there? So you have the military victory, which sounds like it's not going to happen. You can win with a cultural victory. You can do the space race. So if they're technologically advanced, they might do that. Or there's another one, and I can't remember what that is. But I guess if none of them happen by 2050, it just goes to whoever's got the most points. Which probably won't be you if you've only just invented the spear.
I've been playing this for a week, and
what difficulty level are you playing on?
I don't know, 3 or 4. So it's not even a high one.
See, whenever I go back to it after a long break, I always play one above the easiest one, just to try and find my way around the game again. because it
But,
is
like,
really complicated.
I get that doing lots of research will get me to the space race. I think the other one's the UN, isn't it? If everyone likes...
yeah. You have to be voted the leader of the UN.
There doesn't appear to be a UN yet, or if there is, I'm not in it. Let's just have a look at the old technology tree. I'm in the... Oh, no, I'm not in the ancient area. I'm looking at the wrong part of it. I'm in the industrial era, so I'm a Victorian era race.
Yeah, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Your only hope with 56 turns left is go military and hope that your infantry can take on the nuclear weapons that everyone else has got. But I don't rate your chances.
Yeah, I'm about to invent flight.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think this is where you restart the game. I think that's the done thing at this point.
Yeah, probably. But maybe I'll just focus on wiping out Catherine of Russia, and that'll be satisfying.
I mean, that might be one of the deal breaker decision making things at the end. If you've wiped out a nation, that might be enough to get you a win. I don't know. I can't remember all the win conditions in 5 because I've not played 5 massively. I played a lot of 4, but 5 I've only played for 50 hours or so probably.
It's frustrating, isn't it? Because it's like, I don't know. I mean, there was rules with the wonders, wasn't there?
Yeah, because they've brought the 2 lots of expansion packs out as well, and they probably have new win conditions in as well. I have no idea what they are because I've not played them at all.
I always find it really odd because, for example, I've just built the Statue of Liberty. Well, actually, no, 15 turns? I've just killed a great engineer, and it's only knocked it down 40 goes. So I'm still probably not going to win this race to build the Statue of Liberty in China. It's an odd game, isn't it?
Yeah, there's that famous statue that appeared in China about 3 years ago in real life. Are you sure you're not building a casino with a Statue of Liberty outside it?
I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, Sudan recognised my engineer, so they're happy for some reason.
Well, there you go. Cultural victory. You're on it now.
I've got good influence over them. They keep sending me people with guns, which is handy. I haven't even explored any of the map. So
what have you been doing for 4,000 years?
I'm not sure. I can't even build scouts. So I've got this little worker man just floating around in the sea. And there's like 3 little worm lines where he went so far and then died, and I've sent out another one. I'm really bad at it.
You need to go and make friends with some people and exchange maps or something. I don't know, or buy their maps off them.
Can you do that?
Yeah, once you've built up a relationship with them, you can exchange maps, or you can offer something for their map.
Interesting. I'm looking at the different people, and there's not an option for that.
You're probably not friendly enough with them.
I'm friendly with everyone.
You're just Switzerland, aren't you? But without the technology. Yeah, is this an entire week of your life has gone on this then? This one save?
Pretty much. Tuesday through to now.
Brilliant. See, this should have been a YouTube series. This is just the sort of thing we want to see you doing. Sheepdog fails spectacularly at Civilization. If you're interested in Sheepdog doing a Civilization 5 YouTube series, he needs 50 retweets to tell him to do it.
Yeah.
Pab, what's super hot? I think that was you, wasn't it?
Yep, super hot. Okay.
Fire.
That is hot as well, yeah.
Would fire be super hot? I would say that's just hot.
It'd burn. I'd be saying that is super hot if someone set me on fire.
No, you would not.
I would. I'd go, ouch, that is super hot. Okay. Please refrain.
And cease and desist.
I say that exact sentence whenever I look in a mirror.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, okay. Where was that? Lost my train of thought. Super
Are you
hot,
thinking
yes.
about me looking in a mirror?
A little bit, yeah. Right, okay. This is the basic premise of the game. It's been a free flash game, I think, something like that, or an online game. It was like a concept about 2 or 3 years ago, where basically it's like first person shooters, like first person aspect, and basically whenever you move time along. If you stop moving, time freezes. Okay. So basically, the premise of the game, it came out yesterday. Yeah, it came out yesterday.
Is somebody
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I haven't got a clue what
Has
that
somebody
is.
got a food processor on in the background now?
It's Anna in that omelette.
Anna, what are you doing?
I'm playing Lego.
Can you stop? What, a Lego game or with actual Lego?
So it was a Lego game, and it was the controller. I turned the vibration off.
Okay, so where was I? Super. Yeah. So basically, you are you control time, as it were, by moving in the game. So you move around in the game, and time moves with you. So basically, if you stand still, time will stop, and you've got it's basically like a first-person shooter / puzzler, because you've got to sort of like work out how, because you basically get a gun and you can shoot people, but you've also then got to move to make the bullets go as well, so to speak. It's a crazy concept, but it's really well executed. So what you do is, say you've got tonight I was playing and you got 5 enemies around you. You've basically got to work it out to. And it's also 1-hit kills as well. So basically, if you get hit, you are done. You've got to restart. You've got to basically work out how to take out an enemy, get over to him, get his gun, shoot the other ones running at. But you also got as long as you want, realistically, because you can just stop moving and just have a look around you and just look what's happening around you. It's insane, but it's a really good concept. And the actual game is within a game as well. I didn't know this at the time when I bought it yesterday. It was basically you boot the game up and it comes up with like a sort of like a DOS prompt sort of thing, like sort of like an old school style DOS sort of window, and you get like a chat window comes up and saying try this game out, and then you download it like old school, like on a DOS screen, and then you click it like superhot.exe something like that, and you click it and it loads it up, and then it starts getting like corrupted, and you start getting kicked out of the game. You've got to find a way back into it. It's crazy as well. I don't know what's fully happening at the minute because I've only played about an hour of it, but it is really good. It looks amazing because after a while, after each level, it says view your replay, and it plays your replay in like sort of like just like a full motion replay. Yeah. So it shows it, and it just shows your actions that you do. You're like, geez, I didn't realize I did that. And like you punch him, and I threw a bottle at a guy. He's stunned, flung his gun in the air, grabbed it out of the air, shot him, shot the guy behind the bar. It's just insane. Like I say, it looks really good when it's actually in full motion, and you can upload it to I think they've called it. They've got a website. You can upload it to Killstagram, and you can upload the replays to there. I don't know how it works at the minute. It's a Polish company, so I don't know exactly what's happening with it. I think it's still in the beta version but it is a really nice little game, and I would advise people play it. I'll give it a look at least anyway.
How many pennies is this one?
It's about 15 quid again.
Do you know the price of any games, or do you always just say about?
To give you the exact price, I think it's about $16.99. It's about $16.99 on Steam. Okay. It's coming to Xbox One, I think, March.
That's splendid.
So it's worth a look. I'll do a video probably for next week.
That would be marvellous. I'd quite like to see you play it.
Yeah.
Right. Who put Rust on the list? Was that you, Anna?
I didn't make a list.
Rust. Did you play Rust? You must have said Rust to me at some point.
I played it a few weeks ago with people. It's a big Sam.
What do you think of it?
It's Minecraft, but not blocky. That's about it.
See, I thought it was just a pile of trash because I looked at it. I was just It was like playing The Witcher 2. I was naked in a field, no weapons, didn't know what to do. I had a rock.
But you are actually naked.
Yep.
You don't have a bit of cloth on, you are actually naked. It's quite funny that you just look at your friends and it's all like you can take the fuzzy bit out or off if you wanted to, and if you just
you can see people's dangly bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, you can only be a boy. You can't be a girl yet because they don't. Because it's still in beta, which is annoying for females because I want to be a female. But I played it a bit and we made a den, and then we went back and we had been killed.
Go back a step. how do you get beyond being naked with a rock? Because I was
find
walking
stuff.
around for 20 minutes and just gave up.
Well, you hit trees and you can make yourself a spear, and then if you've got a spear, you find like these cans and barrels, and you loot them, and you can find clothes in them, and then you find what's it called? Like I can't remember what it's called, but you make fabric with it, and then you can make clothes, and you make bombs, C4. It gets really technical.
Okay.
But I've been playing it with a few people online.
Perhaps I need to play with some people. Perhaps that's
it's definitely a game you need to play with people. You can't play it on your own.
I like to figure a game out before I play it with other people, and I just played it for 20 minutes, decided I didn't like it, and then Anna took it off me.
I didn't take it off you.
Meanie.
I didn't.
Are you playing on a private server, Anna, or are you playing on the public server?
We're playing on Scotland.
Scotland?
Yep. Because we're new people, we don't know what we're doing.
Oh, right, okay, so there's certain servers which are friendly. Because every time I went on there, he's like going, oh, who's this guy? Oh, he's got a gun, run away. And then you just get shot running away. And you get respawned somewhere random.
I didn't see any other people when I played either.
Depends, but it spawns you in random places, and there's quite a big area to get spawned in, so chances are you probably didn't.
Like, if you start with a bunch of people, you're not guaranteed to be near each other, and then you have to navigate to areas.
Yeah. And you don't have a map.
No, I woke up next to Aaron.
Interesting. There's a clip for the best of.
And we had to go and find him. We had to go and find Dave and Si, who were on the other side of the map. It took us 2 hours, but we found each other. But it was like, you have no map, so you have to go, well, this is what I can see. And then they go, this is what we see. And then we finally got to the Death Star.
The Death Star?
Death Star?
Yeah, it looks like it's a big round globe thing, and then everyone calls it the Death Star, and that's where we found each other. It's all very, like, where do I go? But it was fun. We only met, like, 2 people. And we're like, we're friendly, we don't know what we're doing.
And then you killed them, presumably.
No, they were the server people, moderators. So
okay.
They were just like, you alright? We're like, yep, we're just learning. And I was like, okay. And then he told us he was taking the server offline to update, and that was fine. But yeah, it's alright, play with friends. So.
Are you still playing it now, or is it dead to you?
It's not dead to me, we've just all been busy, I guess, doing other stuff.
Okay. Why is Assassin's Creed Syndicate on this list? Who's guilty for that?
Hey, you don't have to talk much about it.
Good.
I just made a video for it. It'll be up maybe next week. I just wanted to get into that. I have played it.
Okay.
Seems better than last year's.
It's definitely better than you.
Had you not played it before then?
No, I got it in the January sales, and then I didn't have it. I've just finally got round to playing it last week, maybe.
Okay.
Seemed better than last year's. There's an excellent excuse for him to have Cockney accents this time.
Is there any boats in it?
No, there was trains where I was.
Okay.
You have to go on boats across the Thames, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's only like jogging across them.
It's pronounced the Thames. You perhaps don't know that because you're from the north.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's called the Thames.
Right, okay.
The big river.
I grew up near the Thames.
Did you?
Mm.
Has it got many boats on it?
1 or 2.
Oh, good.
I used to take one across it to the orthodontist.
You went to the orthodontist.
Mm.
Sheepdog's teeth tails.
These other games. Oh, Stack's a new one, isn't it?
Yeah, Stack I'm playing right now. Pab ruined my lunch break today.
Good. She ruined my entire evening and most of my morning.
Today.
Cheers, Pab.
No, it's an iOS game and it's just addictive. Basically, you're trying to build a tower as high as you possibly can. You've got little square blocks that come in from the left and the right, and you have to click the screen for when you want the blocks to stop on the one below. But if you don't line them up exactly, anything that hangs over the level below gets chopped off the block. And then the game ends once you get to the point where you've got no block left because you've chopped it up into tiny, tiny little sizes. Pab alerted me to this game earlier in the week when he tweeted that you'd got to 63 floors or something.
Sounds right. Yeah.
So I turned it on, and within like 3 goes had beaten your score because I'm a hero, and then didn't touch it again. And then lunchtime today, I had a look at my phone and saw that you'd beaten my score by about 2.
2, yeah.
And I spent 45 minutes. And I'm still playing it now. What's your score? 70?
7? Well, 2 more than you.
My high score is 74, so I guess you must be 76.
Yeah.
And I can't even get close to my 74 anymore. And it's just addictive, ridiculous, distracting. It's just one of those little games that you just play for hours and hours and hours, and then wish you hadn't because you didn't enjoy a minute of it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems weird because I got first go I got 55, and I went, it doesn't seem too bad. And then I got to my high score of 63, and then I couldn't get anywhere near it after. I just progressively got worse, and I realised it's a game that you have to go pick it up, play it, and you just sort of instinctually just play it one or 2 goals and then put it down because you start thinking too much about it, and you just get lower and lower scores. You can't get anywhere near it.
You have to be in the zone.
Yeah, and I've played it all last night trying to beat your score, and then I played it at dinner time, and I was like, I've got to beat it. I've got to beat this score, and I got it. Just about snuck past you. I was like, right, okay, I've got to be tweeting that out.
I've just got to 69 now while we were talking. That's the best score I've had all evening. But it's just annoying. And as with these little high score games, you know we love a high score thing. Tweet in at MGUK Podcast. Let us know what your high score on Stack is. Because at the moment, on my iOS friends list, it is just me and Pab. And I'm on 74, you're on 76.
It's easily beatable as well. I guess some people will be able to beat that comfortably.
Oh yeah, people who are good at games will destroy us. But at the moment, it's good fun because it's just us being useless. But that's my lunchtime and toilet entertainment until I beat your score. So just know that I'm thinking about you when I'm on the toilet.
Okay. I'm thinking about you looking in mirrors, apparently.
Exactly. And then lastly, we've got The Witcher 3 on our list for this week.
Yes.
Is that you as well?
That's me. I finished The Witcher 3.
Did you?
I've actually finished it.
I will never do that. I stopped after 10 hours.
I got to a point last year where I said probably on the show last year, that there is a chance that I will never finish the game because there's too many side quests and what have you, and I can't let the side quests go. A couple of weeks ago, I decided I'm going to let the side quest go and just hammer it towards the end, and I did that. I thought I was nearing end game when I got back into my save, and it's nearly 20 hours more. So it is an absolutely epic story. I found the combat to be quite good in the end. I treated it like Dark Souls, and I found it to be like a slightly easier Dark Souls to me in the end with the combat and what have you. So I don't know whether that's anything, but like I say, I know people complain about how it controls and what have you. But I found if I played it as a bit similar to like Dark Souls, I found it to be easier. I did start the DLC. I started the DLC. I got to the first boss, and it had me nearly breaking the controller. Oh. It's hard. It's harder than anything I've actually. I didn't expect going into the DLC. I thought it'd ease me into the DLC. It's like, nope, you're playing. It is harder than any of the actual game itself I've played beforehand. But I did eventually beat it after 45 minutes on one boss, and I was like, right, I'm done now. I've not played it again since like at the start of the week, but I will go back to it. It seems like it just seemed pretty good.
The important question is, how good is your Gwent deck now?
Oh, I didn't even touch Gwent.
You didn't touch Gwent?
I played a little bit at the start. I don't think I've got time for Gwent.
That was the one thing I enjoyed about this game. I'm waiting for a standalone Gwent app for my phone. I love it.
You can get a standalone Gwent cards.
No, but I want the app on my phone, like Hearthstone. Well, yeah. I would sit and play Gwent for hours.
I would play that. I would buy that game on standalone on the iOS or whatever. But honest to God, there is that much stuff in it. I haven't got time to play cards with people. I haven't got time to play with cards with merchants and barkeeps and whatever. I just haven't got the time. There's that much stuff going on. And like I say, if you have any interest in it, if you've played the game and put it down for whatever reason, I'll say to you, just push through it, because the story is absolutely. It's the best story going.
I don't think it's even installed on my Xbox anymore. I'd have to find 50 gig of space to re-download
it. Yeah. Well, I've got it on PC,
and 200 hours of time to.
Yeah, well, I mean, my
which I'm never
playtime
going to do.
My playtime was nearly 68 hours.
Wow.
I did play a fair chunk of the side stuff, but like I say, towards the last 20 hours or so, I just gave up on any other side quests. Particularly, I played the odd one or two, which took a couple of minutes, but I didn't bother in the end. Just finished the end, and I would say it's probably my favourite game I've ever played now.
Wow. Anna, did you ever finish this?
Nope.
Are you going to?
At some point.
How far away from the end do you think you are?
No idea.
I bet you're already over 68 hours, though, aren't you?
Probably. I the thing I got with it is I didn't do the main story. I did side quests, and then when I went to the main story, I was well overpowered.
I was the opposite. I played too much of the main story, went back to the side quest, and I was too overpowered. So
I'd love to be overpowered. I just keep finding the game really hard.
I enjoyed being overpowered for the side quest, but like I said, there's that much of it, and I can go back into the world now and carry on playing because there's a handful of side quests that fail because you go past a certain point in the game. But I can go back happily into the world and just go and finish these side quests. I could play another 120 hours or so just doing side quests now, but I'm not going to.
Wow.
But there you go.
Has anyone got any more games, or are we done with games for this week?
I think we're done. It's 2010, and I've just built the Statue of Liberty.
Well done.
Ah, very good. That famous Chinese 2010 monument.
Better late than never.
So, movies then. Now, this is all a bit confusing for me. I'm not really a movie man, but I understand there's been some motion pictures out recently that are worthy of discussion.
Yeah. I mean, I recently caught up with the Bond film Spectre because I thought that Daniel Craig was the best Bond I'd seen in my lifetime as like a new Bond.
I agree with that, mainly because he's the only one I've ever seen.
But I feel a bit disappointed for his last ever film. It was a bit like, oh, okay, that's what you're going out on, is it? That's what you're finishing up your career as Bond on, is it?
Is it the life story of Phil Spector?
Pretty much. It might as well be.
Now, bearing in mind, my only context for this, the only James Bond film I've ever seen was the one that came free with the PlayStation.
Casino Royale, was it?
Yeah, and I watched it because there was poker in it, and I got offended because the poker wasn't realistic, and the last hand was stupid. For someone like me, is there anything in this for me?
See, I would say this is his fourth. He only did 4, I believe. And this was his 4th best one, so it wasn't awful. It just wasn't on par with the other 4. I kind of think they should have finished it on the last one if they were going to replace him after this one. Have they announced who the next Bond is yet, Pab?
I didn't know he wasn't doing the next one. I don't think he knows he isn't doing the next one yet. I think it's just rumour.
Sheepdog's made the decision for him.
I was going to say, let me rephrase the question, Pab. When do I become the next Bond?
What's that? 2017, maybe, when they announced it.
The day they cast fat bald Southerner as James Bond.
I don't know. You seen that new film, that new Sacha Baron Cohen trailers for Grimsby. There you go.
To be fair, I imagine before Daniel Craig did Bond, he probably looked a bit like me, and he worked out for the job. They put you on all sorts of steroids and juice injections, don't they?
I don't think he looked anything like you.
Well, I tell you who did, and I've been watching The Voice, and the guy in that looked really like me.
What, Will.i.am?
No, what's his name from the band? I can't remember the name. Ricky, his name.
Ricky Wilson, out of the Kaiser Chiefs.
Yeah, there was a video of him doing one of his early songs, and my God, he looks like a fat 30-year-old man. And now he's a slim, svelte man who wears waistcoats all the time. I'm thinking there's hope for me yet.
I've been thinking of starting to wear the waistcoat. It seems to be the item of choice for the fuller-figured man.
Yeah, I think I'd look more like a what's it called? One of those people at weddings who host the wedding or wear a waistcoat.
What, do you mean a vicar?
No, the what's it called? The bloke who does all the talking. The
vicar.
No, the MC type person who, when you're in the day itself,
the wedding singer.
DJ.
No, he wears all red and he wanders around telling annoying.
Are you talking about one specific man at your wedding?
It was a man we were told to hire that just wandered around telling everyone what to do.
I don't think that exists normally.
Yeah, we were in Debenhams and they were like, you need this fella to do it. And he just came to our wedding and told everyone when to stand places.
Like an organizer.
How much did you pay for him?
Oh, not much. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it wasn't much.
And that is that your movie poster review of Spectre? Wasn't
Yeah,
that?
basically. But no, I was really disappointed. You know, when you sort of sit down and you think, well, hey, Bond film, which I hadn't done before Daniel Craig came along. I'd always thought, Bond film. So I was really expecting good things. And then I remember just kind of getting about 3/4 of the way through and then reaching for my Mac and just playing a game. I was just like,
Have any of the rest of you seen it?
Nope.
Well, there you go. Then we have to go by Sheepdog's view. So,
Yep.
Spectre, pile of turd. Are you not a Bond man then, Pab?
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah, I've just not had the chance to see it yet. I'll get it on Blu-ray at some point. I would have thought, but not yet.
And the big film, the one that I want to go and see, and I need Anna to come with me so that I don't look like a loner at the cinema. I want to see Deadpool.
Yep. I'd advise it.
Anna, take me to Deadpool tomorrow.
You can see it by yourself.
I'll come with you.
You're going to come and see Deadpool with me tomorrow?
If Claire lets me.
Anna, am I allowed to go and see Deadpool?
Not until you've done your JOBs.
Oh, JOBs.
Need doing this week.
Duke
of Birmingham Award.
Yeah.
Why is she making you do that?
I don't know. Something to do with her bush or something.
Funny.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Not my bushes, it's the garden bushes.
Okay.
I'm not going to do this anymore if you're going to be like that.
What?
Very...
Potty toilet humour.
Not funny.
Pav, tell me about Deadpool. Should I take Sheepdog out on a date? Is it worth spending a couple of hours with him?
Yeah, I would say so. You have to sit next to each other, do you?
You raise a good point.
My query on this, right, is that I only know, like, I know enough about Deadpool that I'll get it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, he doesn't break the fourth wall that often. It's not hammered in the comics. It's not something they do every single second of every single frame. Whereas in this film, apparently, he does it constantly.
No. I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. I would expect it more. I would expect him, based on my little knowledge of the comics, because I know probably as much as you do about the comics. I have a rough idea of who he is and what have you. I expected more wacky, zany stuff, and there's much more action in it, and
cool.
there's some comedic moments in it. I won't say that it is very funny, and there are some, like I said, really cool moments in it. And he does break the fourth wall every now and again, but it's not like left, right, and centre. It's a very enjoyable film. I'd go watch it.
How does it rate with all the other Marvel films that we've had out over the last 10 years or so? Because this is a Fox one, isn't it? This is the X-Men people.
It's the best one they've done for the Fox people, I'd say.
Does it take place in the X-Men universe? Or
it does.
Yeah, there are some X-Men in there. And it does make a reference to. It does make like a third wall, like a fourth wall, third wall.
Because Wolverine had a fight with him, didn't he, in one of the films? In Origins?
Oh, in Origins, yeah, but I think they scratched all that stuff out.
Yeah, that Deadpool doesn't exist anymore, does he? That one's gone.
Yeah, they're trying to retcon that out of existence because it's garbage. But yeah, there are some, like I said, X-Men in it. And it is very good. Like I say, it alludes to certain things and what have you. And so it is in the same universe as the X-Men.
Interesting.
But as he alludes to in the like fourth wall breaking, he's just say we can only afford these two X-Men or whatever he says, something like
that. Yeah, Sheepdog, we're going on a date. You're taking me to the cinema.
Not if you don't do JOBs first.
I'll do them overnight tonight.
I do need to check I'm allowed with Claire first. She might want to see it or something.
Well, she can come. I'll sit between you to make sure there's no funny business in the cinema. Right, let's move on and talk about some TV then, because there's lots of TV, lots and lots of TV that's been going on at the moment.
The old Walking Dead's back, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Love it.
It's so good. Do you know what really bugs me at the moment, right? I love it every week, like both weeks. It's only been out 2 weeks, isn't it? And I go on the internet and everyone's loving it. And then I go on this forum and there's this one guy, this one person who every week's like, well, that was awful. And I just want to smack him in the face because he's wrong every time.
I don't see how anyone could not enjoy it.
It's been so good.
Certainly, these 2 episodes since they've come back have been right up there with some of the best episodes they've ever done.
Yeah.
I actually leapt out of my chair and celebrated as if I was watching a goal go in at one moment in the first episode back after the break, because it's something I'd been anticipating for a long time. I was desperate for it to happen.
I'm pretty sure I did the same thing, because I know that my wife was like, why are you celebrating that? And I was just like, because I didn't think they'd do it. I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to, I don't know. I just couldn't. It's quite funny, actually. I couldn't see how they'd logically do it. And then in episode 2, when they kind of continue, I'm like, oh yeah, that was quite simple, really.
A lot of time seems to have passed between those first 2 episodes to allow for a healing process to take place.
Yeah. I'm really glad, to be fair, because I was sat there thinking, can they really just go through day to day, whereas they seem to have leapt forward now.
See, that's the thing that confuses me a little bit, though. It felt, if you were watching that season back in 2 years' time or whatever, and you'd never seen it before, and you had to pick which one was the mid-season break, it feels like the mid-season break happened 1 episode early, because we've sort of now started a new story, loads of time has passed. That feels like it would have been the perfect moment for a mid-season break. I don't really understand. I can see why they wanted to come back with a big bang on the first episode back.
Yeah, I see what you mean,
Kill a load of characters and have the big finale, but it was just a bit odd for that to be... I can't remember what led into the mid-season break. I don't remember what the big cliffhanger was.
Walking through a crowd of walkers, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that just seems... I don't know.
Do you know what? You're right, because I remember that finishing and then looking up, because I was doing the maths and I was thinking, that seems like the mid-season finale. And then it was. I was really shocked because it just ends on a bit of a, moment of, we're not going to tell you what happens until next year.
Whereas if you break at the end of this first episode back, there's more of a cliffhanger, and then there's that logical pause of, okay, yeah, this was the 6 weeks passing while you weren't watching it. Nothing much happened. That's why we didn't bother filming it. That just seems like a bit of an odd decision, but I guess it's so that they can come back with a massive, awesome episode full of special effects. And that was the first time I'd ever felt the need to watch Talking Dead straight after it, just because I was desperate for more, and I realised that show is terrible. We could do a better job.
Very bad. I actually, for the first time, probably since season 1, felt as though they've actually given the show a budget. Considering it's the most watched show on TV, gets more ratings than Game of Thrones, it's persistently at its budget slashed year on year. So it's kind of really bizarre to think they've been given some money now for being so popular and loved.
About blooming time. Now they just need to chop Rick's arm off.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I want to see how they manage to do that. That's the next exciting thing.
I see that as a sign that if they cut his arm off, he probably wants to leave the show sometime soon, because I can't imagine him doing several seasons with one arm tied behind his back.
I guess they kind of did the arm chopped off thing with Merle, didn't they? That was probably there you go. Someone lost their arm. That's what you all wanted. There's his arm gone. But is Jesus not the best character on TV ever now? And in fact, it sort of ties into a couple of the TV shows that have been on this week. The episode 2, after they came back, was quite light-hearted and funny in places.
Yeah,
and
I really enjoyed it.
The dynamic between Jesus and Daryl, they need to just be put together on screen constantly. I would just watch an episode of those two interacting with each other.
It's so funny. Just the way they were going along, he's on the roof and just everything.
But the thing was, I was watching that and I was telling it everything that was going to happen just before it happened. Like, I could write that show.
But it was a light-hearted episode. People were moaning about that, going, "Oh, great, one big episode," and then they just do a silly one afterwards. And I thought, yeah, but it's a million times better than the one.
Oh, it was very good.
And it just shows really skillful storytelling. It's a deliberate change of pace, and it was really well done.
Remember, a year ago they spent an episode looking for whiskey.
Yeah, this is much better than that. They introduce what is going to be a major character in the next story arc on the show. And they do it brilliantly. They make him look like a complete badass. And it was just awesome.
I did think there's not many times that when they're in a fight they get kind of overcome, even though they don't get overcome, but usually they just deck everyone and leave no matter who it is. And this was kind of the first time that didn't happen. And I know it's only going to get worse from here on that front, really, because people who survive now aren't going to be the kind of pansies they used to meeting. They're going to be real hardened people.
Very, very good. The other show, of course, this week that did a light-hearted episode and was possibly one of the best episodes of TV I've ever seen was the X-Files. Have you seen this week's X-Files?
Do you know, I haven't, but everyone said it was amazing.
It was
I'm
very
saving
good.
it till I move.
It was absolutely fantastic. They did this a little bit in the original run of the episode as they got a little bit deeper into it, and it almost became a bit of a comedy. And this was just an hour-long X-Files sitcom. And it was absolutely fantastic. I wasn't that sure on the X-Files when it came back. The first couple of episodes were all right, but if this is the direction they're taking with it now, I am completely on board.
Awesome.
Mulder is a brilliant comic character, and it was the first time they'd done the Monster of the Week thing since they'd been back, but the Monster of the Week was just brilliant. And I don't know who the actor is who plays the Monster of the Week in this episode, but I need to find other stuff with him in, because I don't know, it was Australian or New Zealand maybe, but just his storytelling and his turn of phrase just made the episode. It was superb. It reminded me a little bit of, what was that show that you made me watch while we were still at uni, the New Zealand comedy program that I can't remember the name of?
The one in the school?
Yeah.
Summer Heights High.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was it the same guy? Maybe. But it reminded me of that show. And for the X-Files to be able to be compared with a really funny show, it was just a good episode. Have you seen it, Pab?
Nope, I haven't watched any of it.
I've got to say,
into it, but I haven't watched it yet.
the first few felt to me like, do you remember, or when it did its original run, they'd have the kind of episodes where, like, there wasn't a freak of the week or whatever, and there wasn't a major plot twist happening. It felt like they were kind of mid-season episodes, the first couple. So that's why I've not really rushed to watch it. What I said to Claire was, we'll stock them up, and then when we move, we'll just run through them all as kind of a catch-up, because obviously I'm moving in, 3.5 weeks now, and I'm not sure if I'll have the internet for the first week or so. I don't know how I'm going to survive, but I thought if I save that, the 100's just come back on Channel 4, or it is coming back, one or the other. So I'm going to watch that when it's out. I'm just stocking up a few of them at the moment. But X-Files, I mean, I'm glad it's back, because it feels like it shouldn't have ever really left. But then I suppose, I don't know, they'd run out of ideas at the time, hadn't they? They've let technology and life catch up, I suppose.
Plus, they're actually properly modernising it as well with little. I don't know if it was a nod to Netflix or a nod to something that screamed, "Look, this is a new episode. This is modern now," and it didn't seem out of place in it either. And it was just a very, very good episode. I could understand why people might have watched the first one and thought, not interested. I'll just if you did that, just go back and watch episode 3 of this new series, because it was just a brilliant hour of telly. We watched it straight after The Walking Dead on Monday night, and having those two back to back, both being a little bit light-hearted, it was just a great evening of telly.
Excellent.
What wasn't great was Heroes Reborn.
I've warned you on this. Right, going back to something you said earlier on about having leftover iTunes vouchers.
Yeah.
I had them, and I didn't want to buy games with them because we get, most app games are free, and I don't really play them enough. But I discovered a way to basically swap them out for dollars and then buy stuff from the iTunes American store. So I've already seen Heroes, and I'm ahead on Arrow and Flash, and I've also checked out Legends of Tomorrow, and I can safely say that Heroes Reborn is a massive pile of poo, and it's not worth persevering with in the slightest.
No,
it's awful.
We watched the first episode, and I spent the whole of the first episode thinking, surely someone I know is going to be in it soon. Where's Sylar? I know Peter Petrelli's no, not him. The other one, Matt Parkman's supposed to be in it. Hero's supposed to be in it. Okay,
God, Yeah, they're not in it for ages.
None of them turned up. Right,
Yeah.
we'll watch episode 2 then, and we got half an hour in and just turned it off. I think we're done with it now, aren't we, Anna?
Yeah, I wouldn't bother, honestly. I'm not saying it lightly. I think I enjoyed the first 5, and was saying to people, "Oh, if it maintains this, they've cracked it. Because they got rid of Claire, and you know." I was a bit annoyed that they'd made Noah kind of the main guy when he wasn't very good in the original, you know.
Yeah.
But
And I don't know why they got the Haitian out of it so quickly. I really liked him as a character.
well, from that perspective, it kind of goes wibbly wobbly later on. So not everyone, because obviously Hero's in it, so there is time travel. So it kind of lots of these characters are in it throughout, even though they're dead early on in the series and that sort of thing. And I don't mean to be spoilery with that. It's just I thought the same sort of thing, but oddly. This, as much as I don't really like Noah, there's a point where he this isn't a spoiler again. I'm not going to spoil deaths or anything, but there's a point where he takes a bit of a back seat in the show for a couple of episodes, and that's when it suddenly lost it and went completely downhill. And it was like they put so much effort into his episodes, then suddenly they lost it. And I'll tell you, when it ended, it was so cringy, and it's like one of the again, this isn't a spoiler. I'm not going to say who, but one of the characters has this monologue where he basically says, like, we're back and we're here to stay and blah, blah, blah. And I thought they announced you got cancelled like a week ago. You could have at least swapped out the ending. You look so pathetic now.
How many episodes is it?
10 or 12, so it's not many.
I don't know if I can put myself through it.
It's not worth it.
But I want to see Hero, and I want... Is Sylar in it at all?
No.
So none of the good characters are in it.
Hero's barely in it as well, to be fair.
What's the deal with that stupid video game girl as well?
See, she was one of the people in it that I was like, ugh. And then I was like, actually, no, I quite like your story because it's a bit different and she's just a video game character. And, I think she thinks her dad created the game and put her in it, but she's actually just a computer game girl. But there's some certain points to that, for example, where they go into the game and it's so bad. Like, you just think, was this made this decade? What are they thinking of these graphics? And just, it's cringeworthy. So
I want them to release the game so I can play it and kill her.
But she's a good character. I liked her. It was like silly things they do. Like, they have the guy that's friends with her in it, and his gaming avatar is this weird tiger head that looks wacky that he wears. So he's in the game looking wacky, and you're thinking you killed it a little bit there. It might have been a better move to make him badass in it so that people think, oh, he's really cool. But they just tried to be too like, oh, aren't we funny? And it just didn't hit the mark right. I really think they flopped. I hope Tim Kring just stays away from TV now. He just should be allowed.
What has he ever done apart from Heroes?
I don't know, but let's stop him now.
Well, he'll bring it back again in 5 years because the internet will demand it.
No, I think that's it now. I don't think they will. I can't see them biting twice. The thing that worries me as well, I mean, I suppose Heroes was already crap, but I kept thinking, like, Netflix spent £100 million, if not more, on Marco Polo. And I was looking at that, and that's been an epic flop. And like, it was their Game of Thrones, and they just did it wrong. And I thought to myself, £100 million, they could have just given that to the cast of Firefly and done a season 2, and they'd have won the internet, and everyone would have loved them. And do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying, I think they should have done that because I'm a big fan of it. I'm saying that as if you're talking business moves, you're talking, let's blow £100 million on something. You can't go wrong with making a season of Firefly out of it because people will just eat it up, even if it's rubbish. But now seeing how bad Heroes is a decade on, I'm thinking, well, would it really upset me if they just made a Firefly and it turned out to be absolutely trash? Which is bound to happen, isn't it? Because it won't live up to the expectations of the hype. It's like Half-Life 3 and things like that. They're just never going to exist because the hype's just too big.
Indeed. Right, Better Call Saul. We've only seen the first episode of the new season so far, so we're a little bit behind on it. But
there's only been 2, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw 2 yesterday.
Yeah.
I love this show.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I find that I love it, and I know what's happening in it, but I also don't know where it's going. I'm like, it's got this court case, okay, and I know it's all about him going into becoming Saul, but it's like, I don't know. It's just like, are we just slowly watching him peter through his life until he becomes Saul Goodman?
It is massive slow burn, isn't it?
The only thing I'm going to say about the second episode, there were glimmers of Saul. I felt.
Oh yeah.
Because up until there, like you say, there has been it's just like showing showing his life as it is before Saul. But there was a glimmer of Saul in there then that I saw, and you're like. Yeah,
well, we even saw a little bit of that in the first episode, didn't we? When he's running his cons and showing that he's not just a down and out deadbeat lawyer.
So yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I think that's probably where it is going. He's getting a bit of a taste for conning people and being a little bit wary.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's just funny because, like you say, it's massively slow burning, and I'm happy to watch it slow burn for the rest of the time. You know,
I'm enjoying just showing bits of Mike as well, just showing a backstory to Mike as well, because it shows him as a bit of a badass, doesn't it? He does so little, but he comes across such a threatening character, doesn't he? Just considering he does pretty much nothing.
Isn't this the season where we're supposed to be seeing some more of the Breaking Bad characters come into it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was thinking to myself the other day, surely Hank will be DA at some point. I don't know how far in the past this is.
I don't know. I mean, look how old the man is.
That's a good point, yeah.
It can't be that far in the past, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit confused about timelines and stuff because they haven't tried to set it in the 90s or anything. I mean, he's got modern mobile phones and...
No, I think they say probably like early 2000s, I reckon. If that, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I reckon it's... when's Breaking Bad set, realistically? When did he first meet Saul?
I don't know. It first came out in 2007?
Yeah, maybe? I was thinking 2007, 2008, and it's only meant to be 2 years, isn't it?
I don't know. I really do not know. So I mean, so it could.
It's trying to work out how long he was Saul for, I guess. Is it? I mean, you never got the impression from Breaking Bad that he just started doing it.
He felt like quite successful at being.
Yeah, he was experienced at it. He knew all the tricks. He had all the contacts. So. If we're saying Better Call Saul is early 2000s, there's only really at most 5 years before the start of Breaking Bad, so he has to become Saul Goodman soon.
Yeah. I mean, Mike's story could carry it on its own though. I love that stupid guy that he's teamed up with, where he's just like, don't drive that car, don't do that, and the guy's just a tool, and it's so you just think that's perfect for Mike because he needs a Wally that he walks around with that doesn't get him in the slightest.
That man sucks his teeth and shakes his head better than anyone else I've ever seen on TV. It's brilliant. Yeah. Anna, you're not massively keen on this programme, are you?
Not really. I watch it,
but you loved Breaking Bad, and it's just the same. It's more of that, and I don't
know.
What did you like about Breaking Bad that was so good?
I don't know. I just I like that. I just don't find him that interesting.
Is it the fact that it is a bit of a slow burn, maybe? Do you think?
I just don't understand what's going on most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So Kev watches it, and I'm just there.
And I'd take notes because I want to go and do the swimming pool con. I'm desperate to. Thing is, everyone will be doing that now, so we're not going to be able to get away with it if we tried. I want this on 6-month preview so that I can go and run the cons first.
Which one was the swimming pool one? I remember obviously the.
It was when he was hanging out in the swimming pool pretending to be other people, and then it was all part of the same thing, wasn't it? With the tequila.
Oh right, yeah.
It's all part of the same thing, but that tequila thing was just brilliant.
That was so good. I mean, I guess you gotta make sure you're with somebody who doesn't watch telly.
Yeah. And I'm also constantly trying to work out where she goes, because obviously they're big buddies, super close, etc. But she's nowhere to be seen when Breaking Bad comes around. So at some point, the storyline has to mess her up somehow.
Yeah, I said to Claire, like, is she gonna die? Is she gonna turn out to be that horrific looking prostitute or something like that?
Part of me thinks she must die, and that must be what tips him over the edge into being full on criminal. Maybe, I don't know. That's where I'm speculating.
Too obvious for them. Do you know what I mean? They don't do it's obvious. Maybe she just carries on working and she's not there anymore.
Yeah, I thought she just ended up just walking away from him, because of his actions.
But we never see his private life in the in Breaking Bad, do we? So
perhaps he's got
Well,
4
there's that
kids
as well,
with her.
yeah.
And also, I really is it only in the first episode of each season we've had the little flash into the future? I don't remember.
It seems to be the first. Was it?
I don't remember
last episode.
Was it in the last one as well?
Maybe.
I'm wondering if they're ever going to do a bit more of that and show us a bit more of that world, because I'm
sure episode 2 had it as well.
Did it? Because I've not seen that. So
this episode from this week.
What happened?
No, I don't think so.
The episode 1.
He got locked out.
He got locked out. Yeah.
Back of the building.
Yeah, I thought that was episode 2. No, I think it's just that one. Then
I think
they do something else this one.
Because I find that really interesting. I want to see where he ends up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good show. Right, what else have we got in here? Apparently It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is back, and I'm not aware of it.
We need to make our own version of this show. Every time I watch it, I mean, they did a little bit of me is concerned because they did an episode called The Game of Games Revisited or something like that. Do you remember the Game of Games episode?
Not off the top of my head.
They make their own. They've got their own game that they play in the bar, and it's got all these rules and convoluted things to it, and it's brutal and funny. And they redo it because they're trying to sell it to Hasbro or something like that, and which is funny. But I was like, no, don't just repeat other ideas because they've got so much crude and awful jokes. If anyone listening has never seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, go and treat yourself over the weekend because it's probably my favourite comedy. I mean, I've also caught up on The League, which I think's on the list, which is basically I watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, ran out of episodes, said to my friends, I need something as brutal, crass and rude, and just I need to watch someone completely unlikable who are just awful people.
Do you not have any mirrors in your house?
Well, yeah, I do, but there's only so much you can take. So they told me to watch The League, and I've just finished 7 seasons of that, and that again, fantastic.
Is that on Netflix, The League?
Yeah, it's about like fantasy football.
But American Football League. I mean, it's so you don't have to have any knowledge of American football to watch it. It's just about 8 people who are part of their own.
See, that's why I've never watched that, because just the premise sounds a bit boring.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to know anything about the league. It's just they're just people obsessed with their league, but they go about stupid shenanigans. I mean, I do keep thinking, if we don't do it first, someone's going to get a lot of money out of doing their own English version of this, where they run their own 8-man Premier League, Fantasy League, and because they have cameos from American footballers all the time. But I don't know who they are, so it doesn't bother me. But imagine if it was in the UK and you had like Wayne Rooney turning up for half an episode,
and George Boyd.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That could be that's pretty much the sort of joke they'll have, where one minute they'll have someone who's world famous, but they'll have someone else who one of the other characters loves just there. I know that one of them, I can't remember, something like takes their baby's breast milk for their kid because they're weird. But I was just, there's lots of good comedy to it. I've made it sound a bit freaky there by saying that, but no, there's some excellent episodes, and it's got, what's his name? It's oh crap, I can't think of his name now. He's like a comedian, American actor, young-ish. He was in that film where he gets a girl pregnant.
Welcome to Guess Who with Sheepdog. Seth Rogen was in Knocked Up, wasn't he? That's
Seth Rogen. There you go. First guess, you got it right.
There you go. See,
Seth Rogen appears in it at least once or twice a season as a character called Dirty Randy, and he's very funny. Hilarious. Every time he's in it, it's one of the best episodes imaginable. And that's when they ramp it up to its absolute worst. There's a character called Ravi who's just a deviant and sickeningly hilarious. But I've finished it. There's no more episodes. 7 seasons and it's done. So I'm a bit disappointed with that.
I might have to investigate this. But then it goes into the pile with Philadelphia, which I obviously have to catch up on now, and all the bloody Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow. I'm still massively behind with these. I bought the Arrow Season 3 Blu-ray over half term, and I've watched maybe half of that season, but I'm having to rotate the episodes with the Flash so I don't fall out of sequence. And I've got them stored on Sky Box Office. But once I get to the end of Season 3 of Arrow and the end of Season 1 of The Flash, I then hit a problem because all of the season 2 Flash episodes are on Sky, and I've got them ready to go. But I can't find the first half of season 4 of Arrow anywhere, so
This
I can't
is where
watch
you go
that.
on iTunes.
Well, yeah, I guess because Anna, you want to watch Legends of Tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah, but not Arrow.
You say that, Anna, but
No,
listen,
Arrow.
hear me out, right? Because I didn't think Arrow was very good at all. I watched the first 2 seasons on and off. I watched the first part of season 1 and left season 1 and 2 and thought that it was mad that Claire liked it so much. And then I started following season 3 kind of at a distance and then got hooked. And then I love season 4 of Arrow. It's so much better than the other seasons. So much better. Like, they've completely knocked it up a notch. Must have got better writers. The Flash just makes the universe so much more deep and 3-dimensional. And Legends of Tomorrow makes it 4-dimensional, so it's even better.
Does Legends of Tomorrow, see, bearing in mind where I am, I'm only in season 3 of Arrow. Is it Felicity's boss? Is he in Legends of Tomorrow?
I'm not going to tell you because it'd be spoilers.
I think he is, because I know the character he's drifting towards being in Arrow.
Yeah.
And I know he'll be that character should be part of what Legends of Tomorrow should be.
Yeah, so basically everyone in Legends of Tomorrow except but there's like a guy who kicks off the show who's played by Rory from Doctor Who. He's not in anything, but then every other character is either in Flash or Arrow, and they become main characters in this, which I think is very clever.
That's why you want to watch it, isn't it, Aaron? Because you want to watch Captain Cold, because you're in love with Wentworth Miller.
Yes.
Snart.
Yeah.
I love him. He's so good. There's a brilliant nod to stuff all the time, like, I'm an expert in breaking out of prisons and stuff like that. Like,
I loved it in the episode of The Flash where his brother from Prison Break came in and partnered up with him.
Because they're both in Legends of Tomorrow. They're together.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, they are like the team. They're a tag team in it. It's so clever and so good. I mean, I must admit, the first episode I was blown away. I've seen 3, I think, because I'm just following iTunes whenever they have one. It's only £2 to get it, so it's like £2 or £3. But I think the second episode I was kind of like, oh, I'm not sure, but I just love it. Love it.
So do I need to get caught up with Arrow and the Flash before I watch Legends of Tomorrow with Anna?
I would, if I were you, I would check the schedule, because you are supposed to watch. Basically, the timetable is set out for Arrow and Flash, that you watch Flash, then Arrow, Flash, then Arrow, Flash, then Arrow each week.
Yeah. And
then the second, like, Legends of Tomorrow starts, you have to watch Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, because they interact. Even though Legends of Tomorrow is set through time, they still do interact.
Now, I assume Sky are on top of that, and because Legends of Tomorrow starts on Sky next week or the week after, I think, at the same time as the second half of Flash and Arrow come back. So does Legends of Tomorrow kick off halfway through season 4 of Arrow?
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. I've got to do some serious TV watching, so because I really want to watch Legends of Tomorrow, because everything I read about it just sounds awesome. Oh, I'm excited.
It is interesting, because I thought they were going to go back to like Egyptian times and disappear off kind of thing, but they've gone forward and back, so it's interesting, and they keep showing the consequences of their actions and how it affects Star City or Central City, which I think is very cool.
Finally, a time travel show for adults, eh?
Yeah.
Pab, you've been watching Jessica Jones while we're on the subject of superheroes.
Yeah, I watched it. It's on Netflix.
How far into it are you?
I finished it.
See, I'm only about halfway through that as well. I'm awful for getting halfway through stuff, deciding it's brilliant, and then not having time to watch it.
I watched the first 2 when it came out, I think, and then I stopped. And then the last few weeks, I decided to myself, I'm going to actually try and finish a series at some point. I just hammered my way through it. And it's really good. Because
the Luke Cage is out in a couple of weeks, is it? Is
it really?
Yeah. Excellent. So I need to get caught up with Jessica Jones before Luke Cage comes out.
Daredevil season 2 starts soon as well.
Oh, for goodness sake! Yeah. I need to give up work.
You do.
Got the old Punisher in that, haven't they?
I tell you what, I mean, they've got Punisher and Elektra and Daredevil.
Yeah.
But Jessica Jones, that actress, I've seen her in 2 other things and really not liked her and thought she couldn't act. And then I watched this and thought, my God, she's really been undersold in other stuff. Like, the writing's not done her justice, because she's so good in this.
I thought she was good in Breaking Bad.
Well, okay. Breaking Bad, she was okay. I saw her in Don't Trust to Be in Apartment 23, and she was awful. And I saw her in something else, I didn't like her. But I thought she was a bit irritating in Breaking Bad. But I think maybe that was because it was a Jesse story where he was going off the rails and being a bit, it was probably one of their weaker stories, him just being a bit of a pansy. But she's excellent in this. And this is a really, really cool program because it's like Daredevil tried to be adult, but this kind of kicked it up to a whole level of brutalness. And
the thing that really excites me about these, and I will let you talk in a minute, Pab, but the thing that really excites me about these is that they're going to tie in with the cinematic universe, aren't they? So when we get to Civil War and then onto the Infinity War with the movies, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage are all going to be joining up with the Avengers and actually getting into the movies as well. And that's just awesome.
They're also going to do the Defenders, which would be a direct-to-Netflix film / I can't think if it's a film or a series, that is Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Daredevil in a 4-person crossover. I think it's a series. It might be a one-off.
That explains why the new Iron Fist comic has come out last week, if they're pushing Iron Fist again. Pab, tell us about Jessica Jones.
I don't know. I can't say much more than what you said. I've just enjoyed it because it's not. I've not even watched much of Daredevil, to be honest with you, but I found Daredevil's a lot more action. I think this had a lot of action in it, but there's a lot more suspense in this bit. It seemed like a bit more of a thriller. This than the other one. It seems a lot more psychological, and that's what I enjoyed about it. I thought David Tennant was really good in it as well.
He's so creepy, isn't he? He's brilliant.
Yeah, he plays it so well, and it is. I don't know, but Netflix just allowing him just to be Marvel. Just saying, just be as dark as you want, but it is very adult content.
You couldn't imagine the BBC or Fox having a character that will just force people to have sex with him and all sorts. Can you really?
Yeah,
he's properly dark. Does literally what he wants instead of like an EastEnders version of what he wants, which is stealing sweeties out of a jar or something.
Yeah, it is very. He's very graphic at times, isn't it? But it's still good though. It's a really
not
good
gratuitous,
show.
Is it?
No,
it's not taking a mickey. It's not like trying to make you go, "Ugh." It's just he's dark. He's got a reason to do the stuff he does, like from an evil point of view.
Yeah,
it's not like Game of Thrones logic where it's just get your wabs out,
Yeah, and I don't know anything about the character. I just watched it because I heard it was good. And like I say, I enjoyed the series. I was thinking, I don't know, because they've got they've got a second series, haven't they, for it? So I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know what's happening now. I don't know. I probably need to read the comics now to find out a bit more.
I guess we find out what's going to happen in the second series of Jessica Jones once we see Luke Cage.
Yes,
that comes first, doesn't it? So then I guess that all starts to make sense.
I think she needs to find out her origins, doesn't she? That sort of thing.
Yeah, because there was a lot of stuff about that towards the end of the series, wasn't there? Some like alluded to it, and then it never really goes into it that much. So I think you probably will get more of that in the next series. Yeah.
Interesting. Right, let's we've basically started talking about comics anyway, because all of these TV shows and movies, they're all coming out of comics, and comics are so exciting at the moment because it's just suddenly become mainstream and awesome and fun.
I was going to say, I do feel like such a poser because I've really started reading comics in the past 6 months. I already read Walking Dead, but I've just been getting them on my iPad and really rinsing them. It's
it's only recently that I discovered Marvel Unlimited was a thing, and I've always been into my comics, but never been able to afford them because they're so bloody expensive. But Marvel Unlimited is just the best thing in the history of the world. It's $9.99 in dollars, so it comes out at about £6 a month.
Really?
And it's got 17,000 Marvel comics on it. It goes all the way back to the origins of everything. I've read through Spider-Man from the start through to about issue 50. I've just started reading Fantastic Four. I've never been interested in before, but I started reading Fantastic Four because I read the new Silver Surfer comic when that came out. Thought, wow, Silver Surfer's awesome. Oh, this is where he becomes he's birthed in a Fantastic Four comic. Let's go and find out about that. And I'm just sort of dotting around through 40 or 50 years of history of Marvel comics, and it's awesome. The most recent thing I've done is downloaded all of the major events that have happened in the sort of last 5 years or so. So I've read through from start to finish, including all the tie-ins and everything for it. It's about 70 comics, the full run of Avengers versus X-Men. And I'd never really been an X-Men fan, but Avengers versus X-Men is fantastic.
See, I'm, I want to say 10 or 12 into that. And it is very cool. Like, I'm enjoying the amount of characters that are kind of coming into it and crossing over and that sort of thing already. But I'm finding it a very different style from reading the, I was going to say DC, but the Injustice ones weren't. They were DC because of DC characters, but they were written by the other people, weren't they?
Yeah.
The style is so different from that, and also from the 80s Turtle comics. They're both, the style. It's taken me a lot of getting used to the fact, like, unless it's just the copies that I got, but a couple of them seem to just start mid flow a little bit.
Well, that's probably that's the best thing and the worst thing about Marvel, because when it's all sat there on Marvel Unlimited, the fact that it all ties in and crosses over is brilliant. But imagine trying to keep track of that, buying weekly issues for £3 each. Because, I mean, it was the actual Avengers versus X-Men run was, I think, 12 issues. And there's then 60 or 70 comics that tie in with it, and they're all happening. They're all happening at different stages. There's all different side stories. So you'll have the side story that just goes off and is set in the school that Wolverine's running. You'll have the side story that's just looking at one or two of the specific little Avengers teams. So you'll have the new Avengers going off and doing their thing. You'll have the Avengers going off and doing their thing, and then you have different characters who just sort of drift in, drift out of it. Mr. Fantastic just appears 10 issues in. He's in the entire 70-issue run. He's in it for one issue, but that one issue is fantastic, Mr. Fantastic issue. And it's just bizarre. And it's just impossible to keep track of. It would have cost an absolute fortune. These were released because the X-Men, the Avengers vs. X-Men comics were coming out every 2 weeks when it was going on. So this is 60 or 70 comics in a 6-month period. So you're looking at having to spend £20 or £30 a month just to keep up with this full storyline. And that's why I've never been able to get in comics, because I can't spend £20 or £30 a month on comics. But being able to do it in Marvel Unlimited, it's brilliant reading it all in one go. And I don't know, I'm torn now, because now I've done this with Marvel, I want to go and do it with DC.
Yeah.
But DC have got their whole rebirth thing going on at the moment, where they're abandoning the New 52 stuff that's been going on for the last sort of 5 years, which I've sort of loosely kept up with. That's where I kind of jumped onto DC Comics when they did the New 52 5 years ago. But they're now resetting all of that. The big 8 or 10 comics are becoming cheaper, but they're going to start coming out every 2 weeks rather than every month. So for me to carry on reading Batman, it's, instead of it costing me £3 a month like it does at the moment, it's going to cost me £2.50 every 2 weeks. And they're doing the same with the Flash, the same with Superman, the same with Green Arrow, Green Lantern. I'm not going to be able to afford to carry on reading DC Comics, I don't think, because they're coming out every 2 weeks. I'm just not going to be able to keep up. And it's...
See,
go on.
No, go on. You finish what you're saying.
No, I was just going to moan. I was just going to say it was frustrating.
Yeah, I agree, because what I found, I think I'm a massive Marvel film and TV fan. I don't really... Well, actually, I was going to say I don't really like DC stuff, but I'm forgetting how much I love The Flash and Arrow. I'm kind of at a loss, because it's like I think I would get more enjoyment out of reading the Flash story through, getting through Batman, definitely. I'm not really sure about Superman. I know a lot of the characters and a lot of the general story to Superman, so I think it'd be refreshing reading it all and vaguely knowing what's going to go on. But with Marvel, I think the only one that's really piqued my interest was I really wanted to read the Hulk story, because, I mean, that goes on some wild benders, really. I mean, I was reading that the Avengers trick him and fire him into space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, because the Avengers versus X-Men, we've got Red Hulk for most of that.
Yeah, I was like, what? And it was funny because it was like, I know that the Hulk goes to a planet, meets a load of things, comes back, and it was just like, What were they smoking when they made this? What on earth was going on? But that sort of blows my mind, and I think, well, I want to read that, but it's like I should want to read Iron Man and Captain America, but I'm not really. I'm enjoying their stories on the films and the TV shows. I mean, you know, Hydra's big in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I guess that's a lot of probably Captain America, is it? He's generally Hydra, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, they sort of come up across everything. The thing with Marvel is nobody stays in their own damn comic, so they're all over the place constantly. So Hydra will pop up in everything.
I suppose that makes sense. But no, I mean, I love it. I'm really glad that I've started getting into them. I know I mentioned putting Turtles on the list, and that's been really bizarre because I was watching the Nickelodeon cartoon with my daughter. I got into that thinking this is nowhere near as good as the one I watched growing up. And then after an episode, I was like, this is way cooler than the one I watched growing up. You know, it's seriously good. And then I started looking into things because it was like, they were telling Splinter and Shredder's backstory, and I thought, this is different, this is wrong. And then it turns out, actually, no, they're following the comic extremely accurately. And, you know, apart from having April as a little girl who's like 15 instead of a reporter, that's about the only major difference they've got. But the comics have got all the characters that are in the Nickelodeon show, and I don't remember half of them being in the old show that we used to watch, like Baxter something or other, Baxter Stockman. He might have been in the old show, but he's in this one all the time, and he's in the first like 5 comics. And Shredder's barely even in the comics at the start. They kill him in episode 1 or 2, and I guess he comes back later on. But it's really funny watching that because if you were to start a comic tomorrow, you wouldn't expect it to kind of go anywhere really. And reading their letters pages and their notes at the start of the ones I was reading, it's like, God, we've had to reprint this 5 times because the original run of 3,000 that we had booked out sold out instantly. And I'm thinking, how on earth in the 80s did they spread enough word to get, 3,000 sell out and then sell out 5 more runs of probably 5,000 or whatever? And then it's still going now, 30 years later, 35 years. I don't understand how the Turtles got off because the first few comics aren't that amazing. They're a bit of a novelty value of, they're Turtles, but they don't even have their different colour bandanas or anything. Like, they are just 4 identical Turtles in black and white, and you can't tell who's who or anything.
I haven't read any of these. I might have to. I was never a big Turtles fan. There you go. That's my confession of the week. Never really into Turtles. The other thing I need to really catch up on, comics-wise, is, we're linking back into games. This is nonsense. I want to play the new Telltale Walking Dead Michonne thing, but it's set in the gap where she's missing from the comics, isn't it? And I've not got to the point where she's missing from the comics yet. So,
what? Yes, you have.
I don't think I have. It's like it's like issue 130 or something that she goes missing, apparently, and I'm not there.
The new story is called Brave New World, or the new one where you are is. I'm on the next one now.
I have that book, but haven't finished it.
So she's just not in Brave New World. That's like at first, and that's basically that. So you haven't seen her in it yet because she's not in it. She's off doing this game, I guess.
Okay, so if I finish that book, I can then play this game. That's all right. That's what I want, because I want to go and play that, but I didn't want to get spoilers for the comics. So.
One thing I am concerned for on your behalf with this game, and you'll need to verify, is I wonder whether it'll have boats in it.
What?
Yeah.
As long as I don't have to control them myself, I'll be all right.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't know, but I'm sure you won't. But it's one of those things where I'm like, okay. Because I was looking at it and thought, would it have boats?
So now I want to keep reading the comic and find out why on earth it would have boats in it. I'm wondering where she was and what she was getting up to, the rascal.
Well, you don't know, do you? You have to play the game. All you get is her return. Which, it's not a spoiler to say, she literally just rolls in on a boat and looks like a pirate. And, and gets off the boat and you're like, where have you been?
So, was this always the plan, do we think? Or was...
See, I wonder that, yeah. I when they were saying it's the gap, I thought, they're really clever, because that's ages ago now. But,
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there'd be that planned, or whether they've just... Because part of me just thought, He set it years ahead, and they can't just have them all there going, yeah, Rick and Michonne are just hanging out, and there's everyone, there's Herbert, there's Jimmy, and it's like no, they had to be in different places, but they've never really covered it at all. Okay. You need to catch up on that because it has.
Yeah, I know.
Like every time when the governor died, I was like, what are they going to do next? What oh, Negan, and then you're like, where can they go with this that won't just rip off the governor? And they've just gone off on one with him, and now this new story. You're like, well, what can they possibly do? How can they threaten him now? And actually, yeah, it's really clever.
It's because the double issue that came out for the start of the Brave New World thing, I read that double issue and thought, and just didn't go any further. Just went, something else caught my eye probably, and I never went back to it. And I've since bought the collected edition in paperback and on Comixology. So I've bought that issue 3 times now. So I bought it as an individual issue, then separately collected twice. So I've spent 20 quid and I haven't read any of them. And I probably.
So have you got the full Brave New World now? Have you?
I've got the 6-part trade paperback for it as both paperback and on Comixology. So I really need to read one of them at some point.
So that's the only one I religiously get month by month on Comixology.
Well, that's why you need to get a new one, and this new one that you need to get is Saga. Because if you've never read Saga, I got this. I remember reading the first few issues years ago on Comixology when it first came out, because there was lots of fuss about it because it was it's written by Brian K. Vaughan, who was involved in Lost and wrote one of my favourite comic series ever, Y the Last Man. Which, if you haven't read that, go and read Y the Last Man, because that's brilliant too. But I remember reading a few of these, but then I stopped because I met Anna. And I was actually looking through my Comixology account the other day, and I've got regular monthly comics coming in until the moment I met her. And then I didn't buy another comic for 2 years on Comixology. So I just...
blinded you, wasn't it? She poked you in the eye.
Yeah, I just stopped. I just didn't have time to read anymore. But then I got a couple of comics humble bundles that had the collected editions of Saga. I've got the first 4 of those. So I just sat and read them over the course of the last week, and then went out and bought the 5th one, and now I've subscribed on Comixology for the monthly issues that come out. That is absolutely brilliant. I now just want to read everything Brian K. Vaughan has ever been involved in. The man is a genius. The art is fantastic. I've even learnt the name of the artist because it's Fiona Staples, and it's brilliantly drawn. It's like watercolour almost. Probably is watercolour. It's beautiful art, fantastic story. And if you do nothing else this week, young man, you need to go and get hold of a couple of issues of Saga. Read that because it's superb.
Cool, I will. I was about to ask you what it was called because I'd forgotten. But Saga.
Saga, exactly. I believe that brings us to the end of our...
Hold on.
Oh, Pab, he's in.
I don't read comics that much. I'm not into them that much. But I'm intrigued about this Marvel Limited thing.
Go on.
Does it have the new stuff in it?
It releases everything on a 6-month delay. So
right, okay.
At the moment, the new stuff hitting Marvel Unlimited is the stuff that was coming out around July, August time. So we're about halfway through the Secret Wars event that's just finished in reality, but we're halfway through it on Marvel Unlimited.
Okay. And does it have? I don't even know if does it have the Star Wars stuff on there.
It does have the Star Wars stuff on it. Yeah.
Okay, that's me sold then. So I was curious about the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, it's got all that on there, and they make a big song and dance about that at the moment.
Did they?
Because I think it only came out like 6 months ago. So
yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah,
it hit Marvel Unlimited last month, and it was just front page constantly for a month. It's probably still on the front page of Marvel Unlimited now, and there's dozens of Star Wars books.
Cool. So I will look into that.
You get your first month free as well on Marvel Unlimited.
Oh, well, there you go. I'll give it a go anyway.
So yeah, I should get an affiliate link for that. I might look into it.
Yeah.
Right, last couple of things before we close out. What's been our first 2-hour show in about 2 years, probably. Couple of things. We'd like to bring back Q&A in future weeks. We're not always going to do 2-hour shows. Remember, we've got 3 weeks of content we've covered today. So we'd like some cues for us to on future questions, on future episodes. So if you've got any questions you'd like us to answer about any of the topics we now talk about, or anything else really, just tweet them at MGUK Podcast, or stick them on the Facebook group at facebook.com/MatureGamerPodcast. If you remember as well, when we first launched the YouTube channel back in December, January time, we had a giveaway for 20 games. And then we forgot to announce the winner because I think the the competition ended like a day after our episode 200, and then we've not done an episode since then. So the competition actually closed a month ago, but we've never actually announced the winner. So the winner of our 20-game giveaway is Gerald C. That's all the information I have. If you are Gerald C., get in touch with us on Twitter or on Facebook. Wave at us. Just let us know who you are. If you've got a secret name that we'd be more familiar with. I have emailed you the codes as well. So if you are listening and you're thinking, oh, hey, I won, check your emails. You've had the codes emailed to you. But as part of that, we've got a couple of spare codes as well. So we've got a couple of extra codes for Thomas Was Alone. And as a reward for those of you who've made it to the end of a 2-hour podcast and for some reason have never played Thomas Was Alone, I'm going to read these codes out to you now. And
are these on Steam?
These are on Steam. So it's first come,
Pab's loading it up.
First come, first served. Shall I use the real phonetic alphabet or the sheepdog phonetic alphabet?
Sheepdog, obviously.
Sheepdog, yeah.
Right,
I'd always go sheepdog.
Sheepdog phonetic alphabet. The first Steam code is F-Ray 6, P-Ray, J-Ray, T-Ray, I-Ray, A-Ray, F-Ray, Q-Ray, G-Ray, C-Ray 4, V-Ray 0, Y-Ray. I'll put them in the description of the episode as well if you didn't quite grasp that. But, you know, sheepdog phonetic alphabet, it can't be much clearer.
It makes them work for it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then the second one is C-Ray, X-Ray, that's ridiculous, Y-Ray, A-Ray 2, J-Ray, P-Ray 660, H-Ray 7, Y-Ray, C-Ray 4. There you go. That your phonetic alphabet never fails, sheepdog.
It doesn't, does it? It's so much easier.
I am in the mood for some alphas or betas, and I don't know where to get them from. Can anyone help me out?
You can go to alphabetagamer.com.
Never heard of them. What do they do?
You can get all the hottest new alphas and betas before they're lukewarm.
Can I get betas as well as betas?
You can indeed. And basically, it gives you a chance to be ahead of the curve. So you'd be on that bit before the curve gets round, just going, I've played that. And then people will say to you, oh, have you had a look at this? And you can say, yeah, I get everything from alphabetagamer.com and I'm cool. And then your shades can just fall over your eyes as you say it.
My shades are already on my eyes. I'd need a second pair of shades.
You would. But I think, don't quote me on this when you get to their door, but I think if you go to alphabetagamer.com, they give you a pair of shades.
Brilliant. I'm in. I think that's your lot. That's been a long show, but I've enjoyed that. I like the new format. Let us know what you think of the new format. I like it, so we're going to keep doing it anyway.
Yeah, I like it. I enjoyed it. It's been a good episode.
I think we've killed Anna by talking about TV and comics. So are you still there, Anna? No, she's long gone. Right. Which just leaves us to wrap up. So obviously follow us on Twitter at MGUK Podcast, or you can follow me at Lelujo.
And I'm at RB6K.
I'm at Miss Lelujo.
I'm at Pub1986.
And we're on Facebook at facebook.com/Mature Gamer Podcast. And you can find us on YouTube at MGP Play. Well, you search for MGP Plays. I think we're actually at Mature Gamer Podcast on there. I get confused. And it wouldn't be us if we didn't pimp some of our other wares as well. So if you want more of Anna, you can find that by searching on iTunes for the Infinite Loopcast. Or I think it's Infinite Loopcast, all one word. If you want my YouTube stuff, Lelujo FM. Oh, Anna is still there. Hello, Anna. Say hello then. She's put a text message saying she's still there, but she's not still there with a microphone. You can find my YouTube videos at Lelujo FM. If you do nothing else, check out the FA Cup final special. And Sheepdog, you've done something on the internet.
I have. Do you know what? I was thinking, no, I haven't. I made a Game of Thrones site with a mate of mine. It's called weirwood-net.com. So I've tweeted a lot about it, but if you're into Game of Thrones or A Song of Ice and Fire, the book, basically what my friend has done is he has given stats on all 1,850 characters from the show, like everything, like how they look, where they are, whether they're alive or dead, who their house is, who they're allies with, that sort of thing. He's put that. He made a massive spreadsheet and then put it on the internet and said, everyone nicked it. And I said, what you want to do, sir, is put it on a website, not on Google Docs. So I put it on a site that reads from the spreadsheet for him. And then we fixed it all up and it works really well. It's really smooth. We added in maps. So you can now click on regions and see who's where on that part of the map. It's amazing.
Oh, I'm a funny guy. I'm amusing myself in the while you're talking. I'm just amusing myself by having a conversation with Anna in the chat, and I can hear Pab chuckling.
I'm
in the background.
confused. I was confused. I was like, "Oh, something popped up here." What?
Anyway, Sheepdog, you've got a website. What were we saying?
Yeah, so if you want to know anything about Game of Thrones, we're basically making it like the ultimate place to go for it all. It's Weirwood, WEIR Wood -net.
So sorry, that's W-Ray, E-Ray, I-Ray, R-Ray, W-Ray, O-Ray, O-Ray, D-Ray.
Yep, -net, N-Ray, E-Ray, T-Ray, .com. Because we did want Weirwood.net, and that was taken, and it's like $6,000 to buy it. So we just went with Weirwood-net.com.
Splendid. Ah, dear. Pab, you seem to be enjoying this far too much.
Yeah, it's great fun. This, just watch it. I'm not even bothering. I can't type anything else. I'll break it again. So
basically, is that Anna laughing in the background as well? Now, can we hear Anna again?
So yeah.
Basically, she's reappeared. She said. I said I can't hear you, but put here as in H-E-R-E rather than H-E-A-R. She corrected me to the correct version of here, and I replied with, I've had bear. And it just seems, to have just chuckled out. Everyone's tickled by my wordplay, it seems. Sheepdog, you just don't get it. You don't read the chat. That's your problem. It's always been your problem.
Yeah, it has. I am 4 goes away from losing at this game that I've spent a week of my life playing. I've just discovered penicillin in 2046. Half of the world is dead now.
I can't believe you're playing this to the bitter end.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed that we're practically finished, and I'm I'm so close to finding out whether I won or not.
But the thing is,
cliffhanger now.
With the end game of Civilization, that's going to be another 2 hours to do those 4 turns.
I've just been clicking next go every time, because I know I'm virtually doomed.
That's it, though. We've got a cliffhanger now for next week.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll
let you know.
And that's an important point. Make sure you're back next week. We're back to weekly again. And I think that's your lot. Thank you very much. See you. Goodbye. What do I say? What do I say at the end of this? Good.
Cheerio. Toodle-oo.
No, I say something on it. I'm in YouTube mode, and I can't remember what I say on the podcast now. It's been so long. Bye-bye, people.
Boys and girls.
I'm
Boys
Kev
and girls.
Chapman, and this has been MGP.
Don't know.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Stop listening. It's been 2 hours. Do something better with your time. Goodbye.
Have a good week.
Bye.